think you're a hater. I think you're a hater. Haters everywhere we go. Haters everywhere we go. Haters everywhere we go. Where we go, haters going down for the count. Looking at the ground. I think you're a hater. I think you're a hater. Haters everywhere we go. Haters everywhere we go. Haters everywhere we go. Haters everywhere we go. Where we go, haters going down for the count. Looking at the ground. I think you're a hater. I think you're a hater. Haters everywhere we go. Haters everywhere we go. Haters everywhere we go. Where we go, haters going down for the count. Looking at the ground. I think you're a hater. I think you're a hater. Haters everywhere we go. Haters everywhere we go. Haters everywhere we go. Where we go.
And if you was instead of hating, you be ballin' too. I know you seen us fallin' too. All the rich niggas is all my crew. Fuck it, they can't touch us. If stuck up is what you call it, cool. Ooh, you should've seen when I came down in that. Black on black, cause it's gator haters face down on the mat. Splat, yeah, I can make a green nigga mad. Quick, fast, flash like 10 cash on this bitch ass. You can tell I'm a G by the walk in the stand. I play the game, make me talk in the stands. Watch how you talk when you talk to the man. If it ain't about bridge, you talk to the head. I show you how to get rich. You got a weak arm, I'll show you how to pitch. Made so play, I'll show you by the hit. And tell the police I don't know about shit. Hey, God, I'm fly, something like the air. Ain't that something when it's stunting, man? It's nothing like air. Homie, hold it right there. Homeboy, right there.
Haters going down for the count. Looking at the ground. I think you're a hater. I think you're a hater. Haters everywhere we go. Haters everywhere we go. Haters everywhere we go. Where we go, haters going down for the count. Looking at the ground. I think you're a hater. I think you're a hater. Haters everywhere we go. Haters everywhere we go. Haters everywhere we go. Where we go.
I got one in the back, I got one in the front. I make them do what I say. They tell me say what I want, I tell them get your money, girl, and just stop breathing. Cause if it ain't about that dough, it ain't about me neither. See a gangster like myself, I get that paper and women. Man, your woman probably out there with some paper to give me. Listen, you're looking at a real pimp, ask my old women. And they'll tell you no remote, I control women. I'm a whole load, put me in the game, woman. If he ain't paying, then he shouldn't be playing. I'm saying, broke dudes only make jokes funny. I make more than I can fit in this quote, honey. Unquote, come sun soak with me, ma. Fly it down here and lay you up in my beach house.
Haters going down for the count. Looking at the ground. I think you're a hater. I think you're a hater. Haters everywhere we go. Haters everywhere we go. Haters everywhere we go. Where we go, haters going down for the count. Looking at the ground. I think you're a hater. I think you're a hater. Haters everywhere we go. Haters everywhere we go. Haters everywhere we go. Where we go.
Look, you see that other chick asked that. She said where the cash at. Rim said where the paper, plastic product, and where the stash at. Where the keys to the whip in the crib and where's the address to that chick that be hiding bricks in the ass crack. Susan Piping call me baby, I'm related to Weezy. Some of them call me Ara, them call me Easy. Find out I'm doing the man that is very score. They be screaming chicken wing. Groupies I be riding, they just call me Greasy. See, I know he got a name, but I call me in the other one. Cause he can't get tight when they hear I pipe another one. I don't fall in love with them, and then I'm done with them. Most they get from me is banana and some bubble gum. But this one too has me laughing, and it's just can't stand. It's a baggy.
Haters going down for the count. Looking at the ground. I think you're a hater. I think you're a hater. Haters everywhere we go. Haters everywhere we go. Haters everywhere we go. Where we go, haters going down for the count. Looking at the ground. I think you're a hater. I think you're a hater. Haters everywhere we go. Haters everywhere we go. Haters everywhere we go. Where we go, haters going down for the count. Looking at the ground. I think you're a hater. I think you're a
Shalom, shalom. Peace and blessings, everybody. Let me get this shit together real quick. There we go. There we go. All things salute, King. Salute, salute, salute. Yeah, I'm sitting out here still trying to get everything together real quick, but I told y'all I was going to be on here at 2:30. I'm here. Robert Hill, salute, King. Edgar Chavez, salute. All things salute. What's going on with everybody? How's everybody doing today? Boy, we got some good fights coming up this weekend. And just found out Tim Tszyu about to be fighting Brian Mendoza. That's gonna be a hell of a fight right there. That's gonna be real good right there. I picked Mendoza over that. People are always on that Tim Tszyu hype train. I ain't feeling it. I mean, yeah, he done fought some people, but you know he ain't fought them in their best shape. He ain't fought them in their best shape. You know, he's fought has-beens, never will be's, you know, like Ocampo. But Brian Mendoza, ever since he lost to Jesus Ramos, which he wasn't stopped in that fight. But ever since he lost to Jesus Ramos, Brian Mendoza has found a new lease on boxing. He stopped Jason Rosario, who was the unified champion of 154, who Jermell Charlo took his belts from. Then the man stopped Fundora. You know, everybody was considering Fundora the cheat code of boxing. They considered him like the creative player. And he got creative player, if you know what I mean. So that's going to be a good scrap. You know, Tim Tszyu, he got dropped by Terrell Gashea, a former Olympian with probably no real punching power. But he was dropped in the first round, came back. He showed his tenacity and toughness against a good C-plus fighter. Then he fought a shell shock Tony Harrison that had been completely obliterated by Jermell Charlo in the last fight, who almost lost to Garcia the fight before Tim Tszyu. Then he put him in a little box to fight in, where he's a pure boxer and he couldn't move around nowhere. So he had to stand there and get delivered upon. Yep. Then he knocked out Carlos Ocampo, who Earl Spence demolished in one round, who has been stopped by Fundora after going through a war. And I mean a Mexican war. So that took a lot out of him as well. And then he got in there with Tim Tszyu. And Tim Tszyu didn't even do nothing special. He just came out there throwing haymakers. He was throwing hella fire haymakers and it connected. The man didn't do no defense. He just came out there, head forward against Tim Tszyu, and he got lit the fuck up. Pardon my language, but he got lit up. Like a Christmas tree on a daggone holiday, I'm telling you. But I've been hearing a lot of narratives lately talking about people scared to fight Tank Davis. Now, I'm going to weigh in on that right there. Tank Davis, that's my guy. I'm not going to lie. Mike Biggs boxing salute, King. Tank Davis is my guy. I ain't going to lie. I feel like him and Shakur is the biggest fight in boxing at that division right there. That's two very skilled fighters. Devin had a chance, he didn't, but Tank versus Devin would be great, but Tank versus Shakur would be legendary. And I'm just keeping it real. See, Devin and Shakur, that's a great fight, but it's going to be a 12-round fight. We're going to see them box it the whole time. We're going to see a great chess match. We're going to see Devin's length and his jab versus Shakur's defense, quickness, and his jab. Shakur's inside fighting, Devin's inside fighting. But the one thing that fight ain't got is that showstopper. Neither one of them is really known for one-punch power. And, you know, they sparred a lot, so they've been in the ring with each other quite a bit. So they probably know each other's tendencies somewhat. But Tank versus either one of them, he has the same abilities, but he has that one-hitter quitter showstopper. See, when you fight a person like Tank or David Morrell or Deontay Wilder, you can have all the box skills in the world, but box skills don't do nothing if you get landed on. And that's why we have to see the fights. We watched Evan Holyfield, a minus 10,000 against a truck driver and got laid out flat. I'm talking about flat. We just seen Trayvon Marshall get laid out flat by Gabe Maestro. Like, One good shot in a fight can ruin your night. And it's always the shot that you don't see coming. And Tank is a master at setting up shots, but he's not a master at setting up fights. And that brings me to my point. People say Tank made his last opponent $30 million. People should be calling for Tank. Well, Tank also said what he was going to do. He said he was going to fight Devin, then Shakur. Tank is the clear A-side to anybody 147 down, period. Over NOA, over Devin, over anybody in the 140 division. And I'm going to tell you who's next. Ryan Garcia is the A-side to everybody not named Tank, 147 down. But being the A-side also has its responsibilities. A lot of people ain't calling out Tank because a lot of people know it'll be a waste of time to call out Tank because Tank gonna move the way he gonna move. And a lot of people have been getting backlash for clout chasing, for calling out Tank. See, if you call out Tank, you clout chasing. And see, I hate that word clout chasing because if a man wants to fight, he wants to fight. Who of us to say that they clout chasing? Maybe they do want to fight. Now, albeit Devin had a chance, Tank didn't have nothing, he didn't have nothing. But people talking about Bob Arum won't make the fight, and people ain't calling out Tank. I'll tell you, John Kramer, salute. Teofimo Lopez called out Tank. He called Tank out so bad, he called him outside his name. He called him all types of bitches and all that. Tio and his father, and they've showed you, they don't give a damn what Top Rank think. They will go outside of Bob Arum and Top Rank to make that fight. Tio's biggest payday was George Camboso. He only got $1 million versus Josh Taylor. You feel what I'm saying? Teofimo is itching for a bag. Now, if you sit there and tell Teofimo that he can fight Tank for the bread, Teofimo's going to jump at it. He's going to jump for that bag. Win, lose, or draw. He ain't scared to lose the O. His O gone. Teofimo's O is gone. And Teofimo said he wants 8 figures. The only way Teofimo could possibly get 8 figures in a fight is if he goes against Gervonta Tank Davis. Now, Gervonta Tank Davis just did $1.4 million with Ryan Garcia. That's facts. We're gonna talk about facts here. Teofimo has the best resume out of the 4 kings. He beat Loma in his prime. He beat Josh Taylor undefeated. He beat both big name fighters of the division. Because Loma was considered the man at 135, and Josh Taylor was considered the lineal undisputed champion at 140. So, like I said, Tio has the best resume out of the 4 kings, even though he lost to Camboso. And like I still feel like maybe something was wrong with Tio because we look at Camboso now and seeing how Max Hughes, which I called, whooped his ass, and they robbed for his WBO belt so they can set up something between him and Lomachenko. They did that. But I called Maxie Hughes because Camboso can't defend his left side. He can't. And if you roll to his left, you can destroy Camboso all night. He's a flawed fighter. And Devin recognized that on the first fight. And then he tried to step up and give us a show the second fight, but Devin didn't have the power to give us what we want to see. And we just keeping it real good. We just keeping it all the way 100. People saying Devin Power done grew. He's going to have to show us. Because what I seen, that man hit that dude with everything but the kitchen sink and still couldn't get rid of him. Salute Thomas Hill. And let me drop this link in case anybody want to get up here and cook as well. Y'all know this is an open panel today. We running open panels every day. Because at upper echelon, everybody got something to say. And everybody can say something and it's welcome. Because, you know, we talking that boxing talk. We talking that shit. You feel me? But like I said, Teofimo has the best record out of all of them. The best resume. There ain't no if, ands, or but. Devin, they say he got the next best because he got Loma, but how really good can you say it is because Loma caused hell? Tio done took Loma. Jermaine O'Neal almost beat, well, really technically beat Loma. So that's the Loma that lost to Orlando Salido. He lost to Tio. He had a controversy win over Gary Russell, a controversy win over Jermaine O'Neal. So then he loses to Devin. So really, Loma could be sitting there with 5 losses, 15-5. That's what he could really basically be sitting at if he wasn't Loma. If he didn't have the backing, if they weren't putting a machine behind him. That's what it'll be. Hold on one second, people. Hold on one second. Hold on one second. Okay, like I was saying, all right, I'm back. Sorry about that. But like I was saying, Tio has the best resume, and Tio's not scared of that Tank Davis money. So, like, yeah, he made Ryan Garcia $30 million. Teofimo, his biggest payday was somewhere close to $2 million. He ain't even see $2 million versus Cambozo. Tio felt like he's been getting the short end of the stick all his career. Oh, yeah, and Thomas Hill, salute, King. Global News TV, salute, King. I got to make sure I shout my people out as they come through. You know, that's just what I do to show appreciation. Y'all make sure y'all smash that like button for a guy if y'all don't mind, please. I appreciate you. But yeah, Teofimo, he called out Tank. And yeah, Bob Arum may not want that fight, but he can't stand in the way of that fight as well. If Tio and his dad say they want that Tank fight and Tank's in the contract, Bob can't stop it. They have something called an Ali Act. And you know that Ali Act will trump all of that. You know what I'm saying? The Ali Act won't allow a promoter to stop his client from making a fight that's much bigger than the fight that they're trying to put out. That's the keys to that. So if they make Teofimo the offer, him and his dad will accept that offer. And won't nobody stop that right there. So that's right there as a cap. And Lomachenko, he's always down to scrap Tank. He's always down to scrap him. Yeah, so Lomachenko, he's been wanting Tank. Now he's ducking Shakur. He know he can't mess with Shakur. So he ain't trying to do that. They trying to PBG Big Dog salute. They trying to make Loma versus Cambozo. But Bob Arum came out and said Loma ain't fighting no more for the rest of this year. But now they talking about Loma versus Cambozo. You know, Jonathan Park, salute, King, salute. But yeah, I'm not trying to see that Eastside Cruz versus Tank. I just can't see it. The man got beat by Tank with one hand. And it wasn't even his strong hand. Tank beat that man with his least dominant hand. One-handed. Back, forth, left, right, front foot, back foot. Eastside Cruz fought 2 trash cans afterward. He fought an Agent Gamboa and some dude we don't even know. Then they put him in there with a real contender, Gabriel Cabrera, and they had to rob the man to keep Eastside to go to the next round. Gabriel Cabrera arguably put paws, hands, and feet on Eastside Cruz. And then when the fight got late, Gabriel Cabrera, seen that Isaac Cruz had lost the power on his shots, he started taking Isaac shots to give shots. He outboxed him. He outclassed him. And Isaac got a split decision, which he did not deserve. He deserved to take that L. But they steady trying to push that Isaac Cruz fight. Why would we want to see that again? I would take the Edwin De Los Santos fight over the Isaac Cruz fight. So we got Teofimo, we got Edwin De Los Santos, because he's been calling out Tank. We got Vasil Lomachenko. I would rather see that than Isaac Cruz. Lomachenko still has a name. He's still considered the Matrix. A lot of people lashed out and said that he beat Devin. Even though I had Devin 7-5, I scored it. And see, one thing about a fight, you score round by round. Not just because a person make a flurry at the end. So Tank versus Lomachenko would be a great fight because it'll be a measuring stick for Tank versus Devin. See if Tank gets him up out of there. Thomas Hill, hop on up here, bro. Yeah, that's why I said Thomas Hill. Loma could be really 15-5 because the Gary Russell fight was etchy. The Jermaine Ortiz fight was etchy. He lost to Tio. He lost to Orlando Salido, and he lost to Devin. He could be 15-5. Well, we're not talking about that. People still talking about Loma over everything. But also, hell, Frank Martin will take the Tank fight. They've asked him about it. And it's a win-win for Frank Martin. If he wins, boom, he's a global superstar. If he loses, as we've seen, if you lose the Tank, that's not even a loss, really. It's like losing the Canelo. You get pushed up higher. Roland Romero loses the Tank and gets a title shot the next fight. Isaac Cruz gets beat with one hand, and now they pushing him like he's the next coming, and he's the Mexican Mike Tyson. Mario Barrios gets beat by Tank, knocked out by Tank, and he gets a title eliminator versus Keith Thurman, his next fight. And now he's about to fight for an interim belt versus Ugas. The man is 0-2 his last 2 fights, but he's about to fight for an interim belt. Salute to my guy, Thomas Hill. And Leo Santa Cruz, he went back down, still kept his belt. That's what I'm saying. Like, losing the Tank ain't bad. You get paid and you get a bigger name. And Frank, he ain't ducking no smoke, just like his promoter. So we can't sit there and say ain't nobody trying to fight Tank. It's just Tank done went radio silence on us, and people don't know what's about to happen. Knockdown Boxing Sports Entertainment. Salute. Thomas Hill, what happened, bro? I put you on the live. What happened? Hold on. Let me put Thomas back up here. What's up, good brother?
What's good with you, Ep?
I can't call it. 2 cent boxing. Salute, princess. Go ahead, big dog. What you talking about?
Oh, you know, I was just coming up here to shout you out, give you your propers and your respect, and I agree. Like, I really don't want to see the Tank fight with Isaac Cruz. I mean, I do know that it won't be as competitive this time around because it'll be a healthy Tank, but I don't know, man. I think that
Did you watch the Gabriel Cabrera and Esau fight?
yeah, I did see it. I saw it. It was I could see how Gabriel won that fight, bro. I could see people saying he won that fight because man,
That's
it
why it
looked
was
like
a
he
split
dictated.
decision. It was a split decision, and that one judge need to be fired because he had that
Oh
shit.
yeah,
He had that shit too much. And if Gabriel Cabrera
yeah,
would have won that last round, he would have won the fight. But I felt
yeah,
like he won the fight. I felt like he won 8-4. People really didn't want looking, but he was catching Esau's shots on his hand, on his gloves, and people
yeah.
didn't realize that.
It's kind of like how Frank Martin looked against him on defense, man. You know, you catching a lot of shots, except for he was more active against Pitbull than Martin was against the fighter he fought. But you
Frank
know,
Martin was fighting against a great fighter though. RTM Hyaron.
yeah,
RTM
yeah,
Hyaron, he
you
got
know,
29 amateur
yeah,
wins,
yeah,
gold,
he's a good
bronze
fighter.
medalist, and he was 12-0 with 7 knockouts at 140. He came down to 135.
No, I'm just saying how people say that, the other guy looked like he won the fight. Whereas I thought Martin won the fight, and I thought that he did a great job on defense. He just had spells where he wasn't throwing punches, and I think he gave a round. Those rounds were the rounds that the other guy won. It was a close fight. It was a
Oh
very
yeah,
close fight.
I had Frank winning, but it was only like 7-5. It wasn't no big. It wasn't no big gap. It wasn't no big damn wide disparity. If Frank
Yeah,
didn't knock that man down, it could have been a draw.
and I thought Esau lost the fight, man. I'm not gonna lie, but I could see how people could say he won, but I thought he lost the fight. That being said, even if he had won the fight, bro, I mean, I don't want to see Pitbull Cruz until he go through the people that he need to go through. You
Yeah,
can get the
like
rematch
Pitbull.
at the.
I put Pitbull against Gary Allen Russell because Gary Allen Russell, he's calling for Tank. So let him and Pitbull fight and see who can fight Tank. Because
That's
I
a
feel
good
like,
fight.
because Gary Russell and Tank, that's a big fight.
Well, yeah, it's definitely a big fight in that area too, that DMV area. It would be a huge
Exactly.
fight there. It'd be a huge fight there. I mean, it'll do well at the gate for sure. It'll do
That's a 20
extraordinary
million
at the
gate
gate.
easy. That's another 20 million gate easy.
I'm not sure about pay-per-view scale, and I do understand the business side when you pit
Hold on one
fan
second, bro.
base
Hold
versus.
on 1 second.
Oh, okay, okay,
Bruce Gas, salute, King. You know, I gotta make sure I salute everybody that come through the room, man. You know.
my bad.
Salute Bruce Gas. Go ahead. It's on you, bro.
No, no, no. Let me drop that too, so they can come in if they didn't get it. Oh, wait, I'm in the wrong one. My
Yeah, you in a
bad.
private chat. But yeah, what I was gonna say is Gary versus Tank. The DMV area, that's another 22 million dollar gate. Easy. Because everybody want to see Tank versus Gary. He would do a record breaking gate again. Because that shit would sell out in the DMV area. It would sell out. That's one.
Oh, definitely,
So let's
definitely.
just say it does 22 million, right? Being generous. Instead of I was gonna say about 25, but let's just say it do 22 million at the gate, right? So that's 22 million. Tank fighting nobody would do 200,000 pay-per-view. That's Tank fighting a nobody. Gary Russell, let's just say Gary Russell, and hold up. Tank just did a 1.4 million. I think Tank and Gary Russell could do about 450, at least 500K. And that's just being slight. Crush the legend, salute. That's just being slight. Gary Russell and Tank could do at least 400, 450 on pay-per-view. Just because it's Tank and just because it's Gary Russell. You feel what I'm saying? So let's just say they do 400K, right? At $85. That's motherfucking that's $40 million. That's $45 million in pay-per-view, right?
You're right.
Plus the $20 million gate. That's $65 million. Take 10% off top. That's around $58 million fight. That's Tank getting 30. And well, hell, that's Tank getting 40 and Gary getting 20 or 15. Anything like that. But Tank can get at least 40 off the gate. Gary can't really call for that much. Hell, Gary
Yeah.
can get 10 million and Tank can walk away with 50.
Yeah, anything that he get will be the biggest thing he probably netted in his whole career. I agree with that. I agree with all of that. And I
You
do
know
agree that,
Gary Russell's biggest payday is 1.2 million.
exactly.
He get 10 times
Exactly.
that with Tank. He get 10 million versus Tank. That's his biggest payday. Times 10. And Tank can walk away with the rest. He ain't got to split it
So
like Ryan. So if
so
Tank
what
400,000 pay-per-view buys, he still walk away with about the same thing he walked away with Ryan.
so what I would like for Tank to do is to actively push for the fighters who ain't contracted to a fight. And Devin Haney, at this point in time, has not signed that contract, so he's still active. I don't want him to fight him at 135. I think that the better play would be at
140.
140. And if he
Or
doesn't
catch
want to
weight at
fight,
138. Catch weight at 138. Between both of them. Opulent LD. Salute, King. Salute. But like I said, yeah, Tank and Devin's great. But I'm going to tell you what sells more than Tank versus Devin.
Tank and Tio.
Tank and Tio.
Yeah, I really want that fight. I really
We
want
see
that
what
fight.
Tank did to Tio some years ago in sparring.
Yeah,
Tio came back out of his mouth talking real reckless to Tank. And Tio has a decent fan base. But that black and brown fighting, that always brings out the people. black and
Brings the
brown. That's
people.
gonna bring out both sides of the fence. And
Yeah, that
the T.O. fans are on a high right now because they say El Luche Gordo is back. They say the Gordo is back. They say his father made him lose the Cambosos fight. But they say Gordo back on his shit because he just beat the hell out of Josh Taylor. And he
yeah,
looked
he did though.
good doing it. He looked good.
He
The
looked
man,
real
the
good,
man styled on Josh Taylor. And
man.
Teofimo, he styled on Lomachenko. The
That
man
boy
got
Fred
the best.
Astaire.
Look, the man got the best resume of all the four kings.
He do. He
Even
do.
that lost to Camboso, he got the best resume.
He does.
Yeah. So Teofimo, and he got knockout shots. So that'll be taken there with a bigger fighter that got knockout power. And Teo might be the hardest hitter that Tank's been in the ring with, honestly. And I realized how hard Teo could really hit. Because when Teo fought Pedro Campo, he was hitting Pedro Campo with everything. And Pedro was sitting there. I said, that's a tough little bastard. And then I said, well, maybe Teo power ain't carry up, right? Then I see Pedro Campo versus Brendan Lee. And Brendan Lee was hitting that man with clean shots. He was hitting Pedro Campo with the kitchen sink, the tub, and the wash basin. And that man ate everything Brendan Lee threw at him and didn't fall not once. And was hopping in Brendan Lee ass. And that's when I said, oh, Teo got some power. He got some pop. And we never really seen Tank take a shot like that. Barrios, he was throwing some shots at Tank, but Barrios was weight drained as well. I ain't gonna say weight drained. Barrios, he could have been a lot stronger in that fight. But Tank has got a chin on him. And we seen Teo when the chips was down and Camboso put him down, we seen him come back and fight. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And Teo, like I said, the Camboso fight was his biggest money, right? And Keo and his dad both said they don't care what Bob Arum say. They want a 10-figure payday, right? Teo has never gotten $2 million in a fight. They want a $10 million. Oh, I do 2 knockdown boxing. I see a brutal knockout. But Teo done came back. He done called Tank all types of bitches, punks, every damn thing. Talking real sassy and greasy to Tank. Now, when you talk sassy and greasy like that, that's the storyline. Plus, they've already fought and sparred before. That's the storyline. Plus, they the 4 kings. Tank done took out one of the 4 kings already. This is the storyline.
The only fighter to go through one of the 4 kings as well, too. He doesn't get credit for that. He gets ridiculed because of that. See, and that's another thing I want to talk about.
He took out Ryan. He took out one of the 4 kings already. Teo will be another 4 king in the ring. And then after he fight the Teo and take him out, that Devin fight becomes even bigger because that's another 4 king. That's the 4th king.
Following where I was going with it, yeah.
Yeah, that's the 4th king. He can go ahead and crown himself after taking out the 4th king. Or he can tape out Loma, take the wild card out the way, pop Loma ass, then take out Devin. That's what I'm saying. Like, and then Tank can sit there and finish up with Shakur. But each one of them fights makes Tank a household name, a bigger legacy, a bigger draw. And Tank does what we asked him to do. He gets in there and he gets stoppages. And Teo, he gets stoppages. And what the fans want, the casual fans, because Ryan Garcia was 20-0 with 17 stoppages. People like to see knockouts. They don't like to see, they like to see brutality. People like to see people beating on each other. That's the sport of boxing. Even though it's called prize fighting, they want the prize. It used to be hit and don't get hit. But when you can hit and not get hit and lay some damage down and pop a nigga ass, BL, salute, King, welcome to the chat. And when you can pop a nigga ass right there, that makes your stock go high. Earl Spence was smashing niggas and stock went high. Terrence Crawford just got a smashing win. He's been smashing everything in 147. His stock will rise. Keith Thurman was knocking things out. His stock will rise. Deontay Wilder, a knockout artist, his stocks will rise. Devin Haney, great boxer. Shakur, great boxer. But they're not knockout artists. That's why their stock's at a certain level. Floyd Mayweather, Pretty Boy Floyd, was a knockout artist. And his stock had rose. He was knocking shit out until his hands started breaking. But
that's true. That's a fact right there.
When you are a knockout artist, that's when your stock rises. That's why heavyweight boxing does so well. That's why They say boxing moves how the heavyweight division moves because people know with two big niggas in the goddamn ring, somebody going down. Ain't nobody trying to watch a snooze fest or hugging. But me, I love the pure semantics of boxing. I love the mechanics of it. I love watching the dip, pop, show, dip, not, oh, no. You know what I'm saying? I like to see all that. I like to see all that.
Yeah, that's why Chris
I like to
Burton was
see,
exciting as a heavyweight.
yeah,
I used to love watching his fights, bro. I ain't gonna lie, man. I'm gonna tell you right now, and I believe Tio has like a all around great skill set.
Tio does. But see, his dad put pressure on him to kept telling him, go for the knockout, go for the knockout. And one thing, as me
Yeah,
being a
his dad is
boxer,
horrible.
one thing that they always tell you, never go looking for that knockout. Because
Mm-mm.
as you go for that knockout, you put pressure on yourself and you leave yourself open because you're going for the knockout. If you want to put a knockout on somebody, you go to their goddamn body and you work that body and you come up top. You keep them back with the jab and you keep peppering them. You keep repetitively hitting them and chopping away at the wood because your body starts to tenderize. You know, when you get tough pieces of meat and you smack it with the mallet, you see that tough ass rump roast steak could be softer than filet mignon after you done popped it a few times. And the human body is no different. As you tenderize the meat and season that bad boy, then you put the flame on the grill. That's why I said Devin wasn't gonna knock out Camboso. Because Devin was hitting him with everything but the kitchen sink. And Cambosos was sleepy. He was tired. He was ready to go to bed. But Devin didn't pull up the sheets and tuck him in. And that's when you go to the body. Tuck that nigga in. Most knockouts occur after you hit that body a few times, then go up top. Because
What they
when you
say,
hit that body, you bringing the punch resistance down. You know, your brain operates off oxygen. Your body getting bruised up and sucked up, that's taking away the oxygen from your brain, your stamina. You beating a person's body up, you are limited to their blood flow. Their blood flow is not flowing so freely to their brain. And so that makes it a lot more weary. And they teach, salute, King, welcome to the chat. And that makes it a lot more harder for a person to get off and get on. And when a person gets tired and they get fatigued, then they go to sleep. And that's the way it be popping. And see, that's why I say you got to tuck them in before you put them down. You know what I'm saying? You got to tuck them in before you put them down. Yeah, y'all come on up here, man. This is an open panel today, man. You know how we do every day. Everybody's opinion matters up here. This upper
so
Echelon Sports Bar. We in the bar chilling, taking some shots, talking this boxing shit.
so I
That's
want
how we do.
I want to speak on some talking points that you discussed right now, and some that was in KO show. I believe that To also had the pressure going on with the situation with his wife and
Oh
the
yeah,
things that transpired in there. He just wasn't altogether there. Now, whether he was sick or not, I'm not certain of that, but I do know he was sick with that stuff, and he did have his dad in his corner, and his dad wasn't giving him the very best advice, and he
horrible
was putting
advice.
pressure
Horrible
on.
advice. Like Canelo say, horrible advice.
But the man is highly skilled. He's super
Yeah,
quick, and he does have power behind his punches. Like you said, it
he's
has the
athletic.
dynamicism of the fact that he's hella athletic too. There's no question about that.
See all them dancing videos. That nigga hella athletic.
Yeah, yeah, he hella athletic. So, and he possesses the ability to beat Tank. So, that given with the dynamicism of the fan bases and the fact that people want Tank to lose. See, that's the biggest thing about Mayweather. People hated him and they
They
wanted
paid to
him to
watch him.
lose.
You know what I'm saying? Like
They
people.
would pay to watch him lose, and if you fought somebody that they believe can beat him, oh, it was gonna sell because they
That's why
wanted
that
to see
Canelo
him
fight did
lose.
so good because they figured this is a big, young, strong guy. He's got it just. And see, people say Canelo wasn't ready. But nigga had 43 fights just like Floyd.
And was
Nigga,
handling
we had the
folks.
same. Look, we had the same amount of fights. So how was he too young? This man been fighting the same amount of fights that Floyd done fought.
But he was handling folks though. He was handling them in them bad boys. The only
Exactly.
fight that I saw him lose was he lost
Harrison
that
and
first
Laura,
one. He lost that first one to Lard. He lost that first one
the
that first
only one
fight
to
again.
Laura. He didn't give
Yeah, yeah,
Laura no
yeah, yeah.
rematch.
That was his first loss though,
Now
right? That
his first
it,
loss was Floyd.
no, I'm talking about like where he won, but they gave it to him anyway. Wasn't it
Hell,
against Laura
Austin
before? It
Trout.
was a Triple G.
Look, they tripped him on Austin Trout. Austin Trout was doing great until they did that middle round scoring shit, and then
Yeah,
Austin Trout got desperate and it wasn't even as bad as they said, but he got desperate, and then he got KO'd. But hell, Canelo lost early in his career, and they gave him a draw. I forgot
Yeah,
dude's name.
I forgot
I,
about that.
I
I
forgot
forgot
dude's
about that.
name. He beat
But
Canelo
yeah,
3 rounds.
I thought
Hold
for
on one
certain
second,
he
bro.
lost. Oh my bad.
Watch this though, Tom. Watch this. He beat Canelo 3 rounds to 1. But you know, Canelo, he was a damn redhead, green-eyed Mexican. You know, some reason a lot of Mexicans like to suck up to the other people. You feel what I'm saying? And see, he was a crossover star because see, the white race and the Mexicans can rock with Canelo because he looked like both, basically. I'm just being honest. I ain't racist. I ain't trying to be racist now. I'm just keeping it 100. And that's what we do. We keep it 100 over here. If it's a spade, I'm going to call it. And the guy that beat Canelo, that man took 13 losses after the Canelo fight. They put him in with killer after killer after killer because of what he did with Canelo. That man's career was over. They kept putting him in there with all the killers and then finished him off with Jaime Munguia. A young Jaime Munguia now.
Yeah.
He even fought Zerto Ramirez, I think. Like, damn, I'm sitting there. They feed that man to the wolves.
They did. And he definitely beat him. And then Triple G the first time, he beat him as well in that fight. I thought that was Triple G's fight.
Yeah.
And I thought
they tried to
second
give
time
Triple G some get back on the third fight, though. Because that shit wasn't even close like that. But they tried to make
it was not close. It was not close at all. It was a horrible fight. And they both looked bad.
And that's why I say people look at that trip. Look, you're only as good as your last fight. You see Canelo versus Triple G. You see them versus John Wright. You see them versus Bivol. Now he going up against a live dog like Charlo, and you think that, like, people don't use common sense. Common sense ain't so common. Like Blue Blood say. Shout out to Blue Blood. But you see, people don't know what they... It's like you catch your girl cheating and she say, who you going to believe, me or your lying ass eyes? Because the facts be right there in front of her, people, and they still don't want to believe it. They still making excuses. No. Canelo done fell off. He done fell off. And, hey, Charlo about to hop on that nigga ass. But go ahead and finish your point with taking them, bro. My bad.
Oh no. This is your show, bro. I'm just here, just listening. But I was gonna say that yeah, they got everything in play for that to be a big fight. Now, I would like for the PBC to kind of do at that division what I see Al in the top rank trying to do at that 135 division. Like what they trying to do is put things in play where they can corner the market on the different councils so they can have their people ranked 1 and 2 at that spot. So like they don't feed Loma to Shakur because they already know what that is. That's getting one of their top big names out the way.
What they doing with Loma, right? Loma done.
Yeah.
I said when Maxie Hughes beat George Cambosos and they robbed
He
Maxie.
did. They robbed the hell out of him.
He beat him 10-2, 9-3. And I think they might have paid him off because Max Hughes was the IBO champion. That man had fought good to get that championship. And for them to take it and him not to protest it, they stood that man some change because if they'd have protested that, everybody would see that shit wasn't even close.
Man, not at all.
I hate the fact that George Camboso will sit there and act like it was. Like, dude, no, it wasn't.
Yeah.
It wasn't nothing about that fight.
Nah, yeah, as a man, you got to be accountable, bro. You got to hold up and say, yeah,
but you talk about, oh, yeah, it was okay. I thought it was kind of close. He had a few good rounds, but I beat the... No, dude, you got smashed.
But he then later said this, that he know that was a loss. You got to give me credit for what I've done. I fought top 10 fighter at the top 10 fighter. So, he lost that fight.
Yeah, he done had 3 straight losses. And hell, honestly, I thought he lost to Mickey Bay coming off a 3-year layoff.
He did.
Off a 3-year layoff. This man came in cold off a 3-year layoff and put hands and feet on Camboso. But then...
At 36.
And look, I lost money on that Camboso and Max Hughes fight because I said, man, ain't no way. Because I know Max Hughes is a southpaw. I know Max Hughes rolls to his right, which is Camboso's left. And like I told people before the fight and during the fight, I say, look, Camboso's not going to be able to defend that man when he rolls to his left.
Man, all them people should have given that money back.
And just like I said, he was tearing Camboso's ass up as he rolled to that side. He was
beat him from pillar to post.
Popping him. And Camboso looked like an amateur. And that's why I sit there and say it had to be something seriously wrong with Teofimo to lose to that guy, dog. Like the
Yeah.
skill gap is so amazingly different. Like, because Teofimo in a sparring day should be able to dust that nigga off or something. Ain't no
Yeah,
way I can see it.
Tio had him in round 10 too, man. He could have got his ass up out of there.
And that's what I'm saying. You got Loma, you got all that going down. And see, Loma will fight him, but Tio shouldn't be the fight. What's up, big
Oh,
dog?
for Tank? For Tank?
Yeah, Tio should be the fight
Oh
for Tank.
yeah.
Tio should be the
Oh yeah.
fight for Tank Davis. And don't say they can't make that fight because Teofimo calling for the fight. And if you take Davis, people people don't want to see the Eastside Cruz fight, but they'll probably still pay for it because it's Tank. But like I'm saying, you got Del Santos, you got Gary Russell, and you got Tio. Matter of fact, you ain't got none of them. You got Teofimo Lopez. You come to him, you the A side. You ain't got to do all that. Send that man a contract. You send Teofimo a $10 million contract, flat rate. He said he want 8 figures. If I was Tank Davis's team or all them, I would send Teofimo a $10 million flat rate contract.
Hell, I give him
Like,
14.
huh?
I'd give him 14. I'd give him over what he asked for.
Nah, I
You
sent him
know.
10 at first though. See what he's talking about. But you know, Tio probably gonna want to haggle a little bit. Talk about, man, Ryan got such and such, but Ryan brings 10 million followers as well.
Yeah, you're right.
And your biggest payday was one and some change. I'm giving you 10 times that right now. And you ain't gonna make this type of money with nobody else. Who else can Teofimo fight in his career? Not in the next few years, in his career. Who else will garner this type of money? See, people don't understand the type of money you get versus Tank is like the type of money you get versus Canelo. Like the type of money you'll get versus Earl Spence. And see, some fighters, majority of fighters, people don't know. You can look it up. This is facts. 93% of all fighters never made $1 million in one fight. Never made $1 million in one fight. His dad gonna ruin it, 2 Cent. 2 Cent, hop on up here. See your dad to ruin that money. The people that get, especially in the lower divisions, now it's a lot easier for heavyweights. Heavyweights always get paid. You know, heavyweights is the premier division. Even bullshit heavyweights get paid. Because the heavyweight championship fight is gonna bring in money, regardless. You know what I'm saying? Like hell. That's just the way it is. Heavyweight fights bring in all that money. Like Andy Ruiz was a replacement versus damn Anthony Joshua. He got paid out the ass, and he still got his biggest payday. Oh yeah, BL, that Wilder Joshua fight, that's a million pay-per-views, buddy.
Hell yeah, that is. Hell yeah, that is. That'd be a huge
Even though
fight
that
right
fight's
there.
a lot cooked, even though we would have got that damn Wilder versus I wish we would have got it for undisputed like it was supposed to be. You know, they was offering Anthony Joshua $50 million for that fight. Al
Yeah.
Heyman, Showtime, they tried to give Eddie Hearn and Anthony Joshua $50 million to fight Wilder for undisputed. And Eddie Hearn lied and turned it down. Then started asking where would he get $50 million from? Al Heyman, Showtime, Fox. Like, dude, you talking to a daggone, like, that's the shit. Like, Eddie be acting like other fighters are beneath of this shit. You know what I'm saying? But like, PBC has money. Tank
Yeah.
and Ryan Garcia made 100 is, and I think it was like 100 and, oh no, my bad. Tank and Ryan made over $140 million in that fight. Over 140, and that's not including what they made off the promotions, off the promotions on they pants and the concessions and all that. Just off the pay per view and the gate. they made over $140 million. It's on the pay per view they gate. Bob Arum net worth is $300 million. They made a third of what Bob Arum has made in his entire boxing career, even when he was with Muhammad Ali and all that. 1/3 of what Bob Arum is worth of one fight. Do you hear? 1/3. And
Yeah,
this is
no,
the man
I
that
exact.
this is the man
See,
that's the top of top rank.
yeah, and
Exactly.
that's what I was alluding to. Like they trying to corner the market at that 135 because they got all the talent at the 135, and on top of that, they do have somewhat control of the belts. And when they get relinquished, they're trying to put their people in places, their pieces in places to keep them belts there. That's why they're trying to get Frank Martin out the
They
way.
don't have a
That's why
control of no belt at this point because Tank has the WBA World Championship. They gonna
Oh
get
yeah,
rid of
yeah,
that
yeah. That's why
WBA
they're getting rid
Super.
of that. Yeah, you're right. You're right. They are about to get rid of that.
They
So
about to
then
get
they'll
rid
have
of
three
the
of the four
WBA
belts.
Super. So Tank's about to be huh?
Yeah, they'll have three of the
So,
four belts then. You're
yep.
right. You're right
And
about
then
that.
but Devin's signed with Eddie Hearn right now. So Top Rank ain't got nothing. And they got Frank Martin battling for the UBC. So you got Tank and
But
Frank Martin. And they all in the top as well too. So you
so I
know
thought they were
they
gonna
got
make him the
Top Rank got
champion in recess.
yeah. So Top Rank they got Muratala, Shakur, and Zapata. That's the and Loma. That's they top four. They top four gonna have to scrap with somebody from PVC. They're gonna
Yeah,
have to.
that's what we hope, and that's
Except for
what can take
Lomachenko.
place in the
Except
that's
for
what can take
Lomachenko. You
place.
know
But see,
Lomachenko get special
but
privileges.
but Lomachenko
Loma gonna be
also is
fighting for
their
two belts.
biggest draw.
He's also gonna get two belts as well because he's gonna get that IBO belt that they robbed from Hughes, and then he's gonna probably get the WBO or WB or WBO or I think it's WBO.
WBC.
Nah, Shakur fighting for the WBC.
Oh, who fighting for the IBF then?
The IBF is I think
That's the one they're gonna
Muratala's
let
fight.
him kick.
I think it's
Okay. So yeah,
Zapata or Muratala fighting for the IBF. And Jermaine
yeah, they're
O'Neal
trying to.
trying to pick them too. Or Ortiz. I said Jermaine O'Neal, Jermaine Ortiz.
Yeah, but he's another top rank guy, right? Correct.
Yeah, all of them talking, yeah.
See what I'm saying? So like, if we can get, and that's why I think because Frank Martin is not really a PBC fighter, he's a man down promotion fighter. They'll negotiate that fight to try to get him out the way, and they know that you got to bring Shakur around there to get him up out of there because he's just not anybody gonna beat Frank Martin.
See,
So if they make that fight, they figure if we can get I mean not Keyshawn, but Shakur to fight him and get him up out of the way, then we got three of those belts on lock.
and you know, Andy Cruz is calling for Keyshawn already.
He should be, and Keyshawn should really be calling for him.
Yeah,
Honestly.
because he don't want to let Andy Cruz get too many fights up on this belt. Because Andy get
Yeah,
too many
no, you don't
fights
want
up
him
on
to let
this
it get
belt, it's gonna be a
comfortable.
problem. But I seen Andy
Yeah,
in his first professional fight, 10 rounds. Keyshawn still fighting 8 rounders. And well, he just had a 10 rounder, I think. Or was that 8 rounds?
who Keyshawn? I think it was 8 round.
Yeah,
No, you know
see,
what? You know what? I think it might have been a 10. I think that might have
I
been
think
his
that
first
was his
10.
first 10 rounder. I think it
Yeah,
was his
you're
first
right
10
about
rounder.
that. You talking about the dude he knocked the snot out of, right?
The dude he should have stopped. He didn't. The
Yeah, he
cab
should have
driver.
stopped him. I will say he should have stopped him. He definitely should have stopped him. But he caught him and he knocked snot out of his nose. Well, that right there had me down. I'm like, is that boy got snot out of his
And that dude
nose?
also
But
caught Keyshawn as well, though. He was catching
yeah, he
Keyshawn
did.
ass as well.
Yeah, he did.
And
That's
Keyshawn
why.
just sat there and was talking shit. Oh, yeah, PBC also got RTM Hiram. And
Yeah, he's
RTM
nice.
Hiram, I think RTM Hiram, I think he beats William Zapata.
Oh,
Honestly.
that's who's fighting.
Huh?
That's who's fighting for the belt.
No, he's up in there. He's in the top 10.
Oh,
And we
okay,
got
yeah.
Rivera's still there. Oh yeah, 2 Cent. And he's trying to sue Jessica McCaskill for defamation. But it's crazy how Wilder and them send the test to Matchroom before it's posted though. Like I said, Eddie Hearn and them is like a record label. They get you stuck in one of them 360 deals, and then when you don't sign, they try to blackmail you and put some shit out there. But Top Rank ain't gonna do that all things because they know Muratalla and Shakur, they both of them are champions. And they're not that because they can snatch up. And Raymond Muratalla knocked out Nakathila in 2 rounds. The motherfucker that had Shakur on his back feet all night. But
Yeah, he
I'm gonna tell
popped Shakur, and Shakur didn't want to get hit no more by that bad boy, so he started putting
you see what he
he
did
started
to
he,
Burchett. Nakathila got
yeah. Yeah, he got cracked, man. He definitely got cracked. If he lands
one
something solid
got
on you,
cracked.
you gonna feel it.
Cracked that nigga.
Yeah, he had that
Yeah,
boy on his kukadajin. He
yeah,
had it on his kukadajin tip.
yeah, but Tio doesn't have a fight right now. Tank
Who,
don't have a
Tio?
fight. Nah, Tio
Yeah,
doesn't
that's
have a fight right now. And Tank don't have a fight right now.
well, I agree with what you said. I agree. I think that you press Martin because Martin hasn't had anything signed, and I don't really want him to go to fight Shakur without having exhausted the opportunity to fight Tank on his own side. I think you try to press. Huh?
Martin said he'll fight Tank. He sparred with Tank. And if Frank Martin
Yeah,
was in the ring, and even if he lost the Tank, right,
yeah.
become a bigger name. Because like I said, everybody that fights Tank becomes a bigger name.
So you're right, and that's
Oh,
why if I was tanking his team, I would press him because I'm pretty sure he won't turn down that opportunity.
yeah, but like I said, if I was taking my team, we going for Tio. We just did
I would,
one.
I would.
We just did $1.4 million. We not trying to go back under 600K.
So how do you go around Bob though? That's the only problem I see with that is Bob.
Okay, how Tio
'Cause-
go around Bob with the Cambosos fight?
oh, because they worked with what's his name? Oh, who?
They tried to go with Triller, and then Triller backed out, so they had to fight on the zone with Eddie Hearn.
Yeah, they did. They did go
Bob
through.
was that, right?
Yeah, who the bro with the glasses though? The oh man, I know his name. I can't think of it right now. He the advisor for
Bella.
uh
Lou DiBella.
Lou DiBella. Yeah, Lou DiBella, and I think he was the one that smoothed that relationship over where they can get it done. But it still won't do the money that like Top Rank will do. Like I mean, PBC will do. See when
Hey,
that's the problem.
look,
I see.
Tank is
Go
a
go
clear
ahead.
eight for one, right? Tank sends out the contract to Tio. Tio's going to accept the contract. Bob Arum, see what people forget to realize, the fighter has the last say. You might have a promoter, and all this right there, but the fighter has the last say. It's a thing called the Muhammad Ali Act, right?
Hmm.
A fighter can choose to make a bigger fight than what his promoter is trying to produce. And there's no other fight bigger than Tank and Tio. That
Yeah, you're
Bob,
right.
Mr. 817, salute, King, salute.
Oh, he'll come up for sure.
Most definitely he will. Go ahead and drop the link. You can hop up here too. And see, Shakur ain't gonna go against the grain. Tio, you send Tio a cop his ass and fight Tank. Tio know he said he want 8 figures for his next fight. He said that. He called Tank all out his names. He said he'll beat Tank. Tio dad want that fight.
I agree. That's the fight to make. I agree because like it then puts the corner of the market over there for because they will have all the belts at the 140 division at PBC. He goes up there and fights him. He beats him.
Exactly.
Now they had
817,
that.
hit that 817, hit that link right here and talk your shit, bro. Hit that link, 817. Mr. Talk too much. Hop up here. But yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, shit. Tio will go against anything Bob said to get that paper. I don't care what nobody say. And T.O. said he want 8 figures. T.O. ain't gonna get 8 figures versus nobody in his career except for Tank. He won't get it versus Devin. He won't get it versus Shakur. He won't get it versus nobody in the 140 division, probably except for maybe Ryan Garcia. But anybody else, T.O. would never get that type of paper. Mr. 817, salute. Give me like 5 minutes. I'm gonna make you a mod on the channel. But go ahead, talk your shit, homie.
What's good? What's good? What's salute to the panel, man. Shit, I was just saying, I hear y'all cooking and y'all doing a good job. I was just thinking about what you were saying. Look, the way T.O. did it, T.O. didn't want to fight Loma again. He was pissed off with the money that they tried to bring him and how they tried to play him with the little loser contract or whatever he said. You remember? In the little
Yeah,
press after in the
Yeah,
post
you're
press.
right. Yeah, you're
So
right.
so you know what I'm saying? He kind of showed his ass, and he went his own way because Bob wanted him to fight Loma again. You didn't give Loma the rematch. T.O. wasn't for that. He wanted to take his victory lap, and he thought Cambosis was an easy lick. So he petitioned to get that fight, and of course, by the rules, they followed him. And then Bob didn't want to pay for it. That's where all the Triller shit came from, right? So in terms of Shakur, if he had the ability, and I'm just saying, I ain't really paid attention to the logistics after the 25% shit and all of that shit. You know what I'm saying? Because basically, to me, it was just like, did nobody want to fight nobody at the time? But at the end of the day, like if he had the ability, right, to go through a sanctioning body and petition or some shit like that, and he really wanted to fight Tank, and let's say Bob didn't want to do business, then that would be the avenue, as Poole was saying, like the fighter can choose his own, kind of choose his own path. Yeah, the promoters and the what's names got to say, but they can also use avenues too, right? It's a joint thing. So if he had the ability, maybe he could press the gas with the sanctioned body and petition a fight Tank, and then get something cracking that way, and then make them guys have to come to the table or make the shit go to purse bid, and whoever wanted to put it on, put it on. But that obviously ain't the case. He in line with whatever Bob got going, and he been in line. Case in point, look back to when he was at 130, and he won the fight against Valdez. He stood in the ring, said he wanted to be undisputed, but Bob turned right around and said he didn't want to pay for it. It didn't make sense because the other two fighters was across season, really didn't have no name, really with no money in it, right? And they was gonna end up paying more in sanctioning fees, and really they was gonna end up making. You know what I'm saying? Amongst other
no.
shit.
But Bob didn't even want to make Shakur versus Valdez. He wanted to make Navarrete versus Valdez. But Jay Prince and Shakur went around and went to ESPN
Facts.
and beat ESPN. Told Bob we want that fight. That's why
Facts.
the stands and everything. He hated that fight right there because he didn't want Valdez to lose to Shakur. Like I be telling people, Bob really don't fuck with Shakur like that because
Facts.
he'll say you don't need to be undisputed. It's a waste of time for undisputed. But he steady be pushing Loma to get undisputed. He
Now, if
always
that was the case, my brother, right? You don't need undisputed right? What was Shakur? Should have been the next goal? If Shakur knew he wasn't gonna get undisputed at 130, what should have been his next goal,
he
in
should
your
have
opinion?
he should have used the WBO and moved up.
And went to 135, right? And if trying to fight Dale was a target, or be undisputed was the target, with no better way to try to get access until unless you got that type of shot, right? So he didn't take that, right? He didn't take that. That means what? He was going with Bob plan, whatever Bob plan was, whatever the plan was. Now where shit got fucked up is when Bill and them got on top. You know how it is. You start feeling yourself. Sometimes you can be a horrible winner. You feel what I'm saying? Or sometimes you can be a humble loser. So now they on top and everybody up on them, and they got did dirty for so long. Bill was feeling himself a little bit talking, and Shakur felt disrespected. Remember, they got on the phone, did the whole live thing or whatever.
Yeah.
And each man was trying to hold a line of respect for themselves and not show that they was pussy or whatever. But at the same time, that understanding that they had, we'll catch up later type shit kind of went out the window. You
Especially when
did.
Bill said my son will beat the shit out of you. Like
There you go. So now it's out in the public. Now, you got to try to match the wolf in this shit. But then again, like you say, ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun. When the percentages really wasn't his way, he wasn't willing to take, you know what I'm saying, the shit deal, such as Devin had done. And again, with Devin taking Cambosis deal, it made Shakur look bad. So I'm just saying, at the end of the day, I mean, for Tank, like Dev and Tank at 135 or 140 really is the fight. You feel what I'm saying? Obviously, for some reason, neither one of them want to make that fight right now.
But you
I
know
mean,
something? 1-7. I feel like
mhm.
that fight would be that's a big fight, right? That's a big fight. But honestly, I still think Tio and Tank is the bigger fight. And
Facts,
Tio has the best record out of all of the four kings.
facts,
The best resume. That man took out Josh Taylor, linear champion, in his prime. He took out
and
Lomachenko
long.
when Lomachenko was the Matrix. He took him out. You know what I'm saying? Tio,
Right.
he was unified at 135. He went up to 140. He became a champion again. Right? And so Tio has been calling out Tank. Tio said his next fight, he wants to make 8 figures. And he's been talking real greasy about Tank lately.
Yeah,
So
but he retired like a motherfucker too as soon as he won because he knew he was meat on the platter. Everybody was gonna come for him because everybody thought he was done. And T.O. stood up and turned like they say, he turned Gordo and he got in Josh Taylor ass. Josh stayed at 140 too long. I don't care what nobody say.
yeah,
It
I
ain't
did that when he fought Catterall. When he fought
right.
Catterall,
There you go. You see what I'm saying? He stayed at 140 too long. It happens to the best of them. It ain't that he a bad fighter. He just stayed at the weight too long. But T.O. caught lightning in the bottle, went back to who he was once he got a little confidence in there, goddamn, and showed up. Okay, now he know
his dad
everybody coming for him.
his dad
He went and
for that
retired.
Camboso fight. His dad messed him up, kept pushing, talking about knock him out, knock him out. He wasn't giving him no type of adjustments. Only thing his dad kept saying was knock him out, knock him out, knock him out. Like you got your son going in there looking for the knockout and was leaving himself wide open, swinging for the damn fences.
But then
Yeah,
you also have to think how many times did that fight get pushed off? I mean, it was supposed to be T.O. victory lap, but because the business went right? Because he chose that path or whatever and went against Bob, and then really couldn't secure no dates because again, Bob and Al, they don't want no other promotional company coming in and fucking up the money. And Triller was trying to get started. So why in the fuck would they allow venues anywhere across the country? Why wouldn't they make the call of these venues or whatever and tell them don't fuck with them or try to schedule something on the weekend that those venues were open? Because they
exactly,
got the ability and the connections too. You feel me?
exactly. Of course, they
Yeah, I
did.
feel you.
And that's what happened with Triller. That's why they couldn't get no tickets sold. And what pushed To back to the back to the motherfucking table and
And
tried to get it back to Bob.
Then Eddie Hearns bought it, and that pissed Bob Arum off when Eddie
There you
Hearns
go.
bought it.
There you go. So why you think Bob talking about Dev the way he is now? Because he went and did what? He went and signed and fucked around with Eddie Hearn again.
Mm-hmm.
So man, that's why again the business of boxing is important. We love the fights, right? And what happened in the ring is important too. That's what we love. But you have to understand shit. The business of boxing gets in the way of what the fans want to see. And again, we'll co-sign whatever the fuck they give you. It's like going to a restaurant, ordering something, and then they give you something else. We co-sign it anyway, so they know whatever they show us, we're gonna eat. So while y'all talking
Fact.
about Frank and all this other shit, y'all finna get y'all know who we said a year ago. I mean, after the goddamn fight, you gonna get Pitbull again.
Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately. I think
But
that the
Tank said
better
he didn't
play
want
for
the pit bull, right? But I can say this though, because I checked in and everything. I did a little research. If Tank sends T.O. a contract, it don't matter what the fuck Bob say, because T.O. he can use Muhammad Ali Act. Because you can one thing it says a fighter if they have a bigger fight lined up than what the promoter's trying to do, they can take it. And Bob can't produce no fight bigger than Tank. Can't.
And I mean, at the end of the day, Bob, I'm kind of like if Bob feel like his fighter got the up, right, or he not a major commodity that he ain't ran the money out with, then he ain't gonna let him go over there. You feel what I'm saying? Like again, they gonna make sure the money run out on their side before they take any type of chance like that. And generally at that point, he ain't willing to do business and lose money by doing co-promotional shit. Yeah, he didn't want to do the pay-per-view. So Man, it's an old antiquated way of doing business. That's the way I look at it when I think of Bob. He got some good points, but you know, shit, he a snake and he an open snake. You know what I'm saying? So
Fact.
you know what
No,
you're dealing
fact.
with.
Fact.
But check this out.
That's fact.
So you telling me if Tank sent T.O. a contract for $10 million,
It's
and
gonna be something else that they bring up, fam. It's gonna the money might perk their ears up. You feel what I'm saying? But when they sit at the table with them motherfuckers, it's gonna be some other, it's gonna be some other shit, bro. I'm telling you, it's gonna be some other shit. And again, if T.O. was serious about fighting Tank, and if Tank and them team was really serious about fighting T.O., then the shit would be going down, fam.
yeah, it would. But they said Tank was waiting on Devin. I don't know, but Tank said he didn't want Pitbull Cruz. But all things look like he's waiting on Pitbull because he's not actively trying to get a fight.
Tank Davis
Like
don't
he's
wait
trying
on
to stick,
nobody. That's
huh?
Tank Davis. That's his motherfucking thing. Like, I don't wait on nobody. Everybody trying to copy me. Tank Davis ain't waiting on nobody. Anybody who tell you that, even if his team tell you that, they full of some shit. They ain't waiting on nobody. You feel what I'm saying? And Dev don't feel like he have to wait on nobody either at this point because he been undisputed in his own
But what
right.
he don't realize is if he fought Tank, he couldn't ask for more than 10%, honestly, because nigga, you did 150K. This man did 1.4 mil. This man did 8 times your pay-per-view. You feel
They
what I'm
know
saying?
that. They know that. That's why they ain't
That's
came
why they
to
ain't
that.
coming to the table.
That's exactly. You know what I'm saying? He got to build his profile up and his portfolio up. So he jumped on ESPN to see what they was gonna do and how that was gonna do. It did a little for him, no cap. You know what I'm saying? And he became undisputed. But again, shit, he can't go to the table and get what he want right now.
Yeah, that hurts too. That
Right.
freaking hurts.
To go be undisputed, bro. To go be undisputed, take that shit deal, go be undisputed, be on pay-per-view, do all them things, and still not really be able to come to the table. You feel what I'm saying? But my thing is this: if Ryan was able to get what 30%, and from what the reports are, they made $100 million on the fight,
It was 60.
70-30, bro.
It was 60-40.
60-40, all right. So he came out with what 30 million or some shit.
Ryan got 30 million. Tank got like 45. And
Okay.
because Mayweather and them got their percentage. Showtime got their percentage.
Facts.
Because Tank, the way his deal was set up, Mayweather had they was getting 20% off top. The way Mayweather had it, they was getting 20 because they built the fight.
Right.
So they got 20% off top. Well, I can't say that because they said Mayweather and them got like 30 mil off the fight.
Right. So, I mean, if that's the case, right? Yeah, Ryan had quote unquote the Instagram followers and things of that nature, right? But you got Dev being undisputed, and I don't think Ryan had no real hell of a numbers coming into it, right? So, I mean, at the end of the day, you could get at or around what Ryan Garcia got going into a fight with Tank, and obviously that's not enough. Am I? Am I? Am
Obviously,
I? Am I? Am I being unreasonable by saying that? You know what I'm
yep.
saying about pontificating that?
Yeah, I'm gonna explain that to you, right?
Right.
Look, Ryan Garcia, he made a 230% increase in the zone. You feel what I'm saying? He ain't
Right.
getting no pay-per-view numbers because they fight on that app.
On the app, right.
Yeah. But Ryan Garcia, he had 10 million followers. Just as many people was there to see Ryan as Tank. And
Right.
Ryan followers said they would show up and show out if he fought somebody they wanted him to see.
And they did.
Ryan sells out every venue he fights in.
Right.
You can't say that about Devin. And one thing about Devin, they say he sold out Australia twice. No, Cambosa sold out Australia twice. He was the home team. You know what I'm saying? That was his crowd.
Right.
The government paid for that fight.
Right. And that's the sucky part about taking that deal as well, right? Because you really can't gauge your selling power when you go fight him in his home shit twice. You know what I'm saying?
And then
And
they
ain't
also
none of
got to
your people
promote.
really gonna be there.
And you don't even get to promote the fight, really, because the government paying for it. So they're not really doing a lot of promotions because the shit basically in-house over there in Australia. Australians
Absolutely.
get their money off the tourism and everybody coming over there to watch the fight because it's sold out. I mean, they was at the damn Marvel Stadium. That thing did like the shit was sold out 44,000, and then the other one was sold out 40,000. And I think they said them damn Australian tickets was kind of expensive. So you know,
Australia is expensive. I mean, it's expensive. Period. I mean, my old lady looked at a package. We wanted to go to the fight,
it was
and
like
we like to
22,000.
travel. Man, it was stupid, bro.
My wife wanted to go, and we was looking at a package, and we wasn't even talking about no great seats, but like the round trip package with the hotel and everything was between $22,000 and $28,000.
Right.
Yeah, motherfuckers made that money. Of course, they put that up there because their tourism got paid, the hotels got paid. That was a boost to the economy because people over there they got to pay for food and all that shit right there. So of course the government did that because they made their money back 2 times fold. You know what I'm saying? So they would do that. But like I was saying with the Tank, with Tank being such a clear A side, since he's such a clear A side, he doesn't have to do a co-promotion with Top Rank and them. See, Ryan
Right.
Garcia was just as big as Tank in their eyes, and Tank knew he needed Ryan for that fight.
And yeah, and in order to get to that bag, knowing that he got them followers and shit, they had to allow him in, and that's what Oscar was leaning on for the
And see,
longest.
what's crazy is Tank and Ryan both they was on Casanet, they was on Aiden Ross. Like they went out there and they was promoting the hell out of it. Ryan had his damn Instagram followers going crazy. Like I seen
Yeah.
him making posts with over 1 million and some views on the damn shit. So I was like, damn, his people locked in. And them kids, they love Ryan. He a heartthrob to them. So they was
Right.
loving him. So
And look, us as adults, let's be honest, we underestimate the buying power of children.
yeah,
Even
my
though we
kids,
have children in our homes, we underestimate the buying power of kids,
yeah,
right?
because my kids ask me for anything, they get it. And see, that's the thing. And kids want to see their favorite person, Ryan Garcia, fight. Parents is buying that thing. And that's what people didn't realize. That's why up here on this page, everybody that said here know, I said Terrence Crawford and Spence is the biggest fight. But I said it won't do more than 700, 750K. And people thought I was crazy. They was like, man, this might do 1.5 million, 2 million. I said, no, it won't. Because I said the difference between Ryan and Tank, they had the kids. They had the youth. They had the young bucks. I said Earl and Crawford don't have that. They have the hardcore boxers and they have a few of the entertainers that want to see it, but they don't have the reach that Ryan and Tank has. Tank got
Right,
5 million followers. Ryan got over 10 million. You know what I'm saying? And after
right.
that fight, Tank gained 2 million followers after that fight. So he also got some of Ryan's fans. You know what I'm saying?
And then you also, and then also, you kind of have to put the blame. Well, shit, I don't even want to
Where it
get into
belong.
that. But
I know
let's
where
just
you're
say,
going with it.
let's not,
Yeah.
let's just say the media, you know, grew tired of the fight taking so long as well, and with it coming after us being exhausted and wanting to see Pacquiao and Mayweather for so long, right?
Yeah.
You had something to go, they doing us, all right. You feel what I'm saying?
Especially
You,
when that I signed everything. When
li-
he did that right there, that killed
bro,
the fight right there.
don't even open that can of worms. Look, let's just say again, like I said, you had Pacquiao and Mayweather take so long to come together and fight, right? And the few fight fans and like we say, boxing is a niche sport, even though we don't like to say that because we love boxing so much, right?
Yeah.
But again, it's so far down the totem pole when you really start talking about sports or whatever in America's eyes.
The sixth
So
best sport
with
in America. UFC them past boxing.
right, and you got Mayweather being who he was in the sport at that time, even now. But think at that time, right? And Pacquiao, and it took for so long for them to come together. You turn around and do the same shit with less
Star,
enigmatic, I guess. You
Buying
know,
star
power.
power.
Yeah, yeah,
right.
yeah.
They ain't got
Star
as much.
power. Yeah.
They ain't got much star power or character, right? They ain't throwing themselves in front of a camera all the time and doing different shit. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it was gonna be less than that. You're absolutely right.
But yeah, people thought I was crazy when I was saying that. I was like, nah, bro. It's not gonna do what people think.
Yeah, bro. Because again, like you say, they ain't got the kids, bro. You know what I'm saying? You
And
got
what
to.
I said also, right? I said, hell, 700,000 is a great number. Shit, that's a great fucking number. That's almost $100 million fight.
Especially in
Like,
today's times with streaming and the ability to still fight in so many different
like
avenues, boy.
Canelo did 800,000, and that's the face of boxing, Canelo. You feel what I'm saying? And see, I feel like Canelo and Charlo might break Tank and Ryan Garcia's gate. I mean, I feel like that might break it.
Yeah, because it's always the racial element is
And you know
there.
why? And I'm gonna tell you like this: Tank did 1.2 million versus Triple G. He did 500 and something with John Ryder, and that was a bump fight that nobody won. You feel what I'm saying? And Tank has his followers, but they've been wanting Tank to fight somebody. Now he fighting an African American, his hardest fight ever, really. This is the most athletic, hardest hitting person he's been in the ring with. And now Tank's about to go to the fight with him. I mean, not Tank. Canelo about to go to the fight with him. And they've always wanted Tank to take a Charlo fight. This might not be the Charlo they asked for, but they're gonna settle for this Charlo. You feel me? And
Oh
it's
yeah, oh yeah, and again, actually, to be honest with you, right? For us, right, this is the better Charlo for him to fight.
oh yeah,
Okay, I've always felt like young Charlo, little Charlo, you know what I'm saying,
he's
was the
definitely
dog.
a
I
better
felt
fighter.
like he was the one. But here's the thing as well, okay. I don't think this the most hard hitting motherfucker Canelo done face. I think that was Triple G. I mean, that's
Nah,
just
I don't think Triple G hits as hard as Charlo with both hands too. Triple G, I've seen people stand up and take Triple G shots like Sergey Deverenchenko. Sergey
that was
Deverenchenko.
later on. Listen, that was later. That was later on. That was later on. I'm just saying,
I'm
right?
gonna say like
The
this. Let me
way
ask
I
you a
seen
question.
that motherfucker hit Canelo, right? The way I seen him hit Canelo and the shit I seen him hit him with, bro.
All right, let
Like,
me ask you. What about the
man,
shit
say
Charlo hit? What about what Charlo hit Lubin with? What about what
I
he was hitting Rosario with?
I
What about what
hey,
he hit Harrison with? Charlo has some power, bro.
I ain't
Like,
saying that he don't.
He ain't
I
saying
ain't
that he
saying that
don't.
he
He just
don't.
saying
I
oh,
that.
I
ain't
know.
saying
I
that he
said I
don't.
said Triple G was. I told people. I said Jamel Charlo is Triple G with the power. That's what I said. I said he's Triple G with the power. I said he's Arizlandi Laura with the lateral movement. I said he got a jab like Floyd. I say the man got great fucking stamina like Bivol. You know what I'm saying? I say everybody that's ever beat Canelo, Charlo has the same attributes. I say he got lateral movement, he has stamina and endurance.
I
He's
love Charlo, but
look,
I listen. I love him, right? I love him, right? And I'm going to be going for him in the fight. But I will tell you this: I seen him have tough fights with Tony Harrison and Brian Castano.
yeah, you seen that, right?
I
But
listen.
let me
He
explain
cannot.
something.
He
Let me explain.
cannot. Some of the shots that he took in those fights, right? I know Styles make fights. I
He
know
can't
Styles
take those
make
from
fights, and I
Canelo.
know Canelo longer in the tooth, but he can't. He can't take none of that shit. He can't take none of that shit. Fucking with that Mexican, bro. If he give that Mexican any kind of inkling that he hurt, that the Mexican fucking with him, anything, Canelo is going to take him out, and you know he gonna be down on the motherfucking cards.
Hey, let me
You
ask you a
know if
question.
it's a close round, he's
Look,
not going to get the benefit of the doubt.
817, check me out. The same way he took out John Ryder, right? The same way he took out old ass Triple G, right? On the third fight,
Hmm.
right?
I'm
And
listening.
this is what I'm trying to tell you. First off, everybody be bringing up the Castano and Harrison fight. But like I be telling people, iron sharpens iron. I say, yeah, Charlo had a lot of flaws, a lot of holes in his game. You feel me? But each fight, Charlo closes one hole. Like he advances. And when he lost to Tony Harrison, I felt like it was a draw. But when he lost it, the next fight, he didn't make the same mistakes. When he had that thing with Castano, the next fight, he didn't make the same mistakes. See, in a fighter, Charlo has great IQ, but he can't think on the fly sometimes, and he don't change it up like that. But the mistakes I see him do in one fight, he never repeats the same mistakes in the next fight. It's like he learns from his mistakes and he progresses and grows as a better fighter each time he steps into that ring. Like he's perfected his craft right there. And I've seen Canelo got that power. Charlo has great chin. I've seen Charlo take some shots. And Charlo, he can walk Canelo into shots. He got great jab. He's longer than Bivol. He's 74 inches. Bivol's 73. And
Listen.
hold on, let me finish. Let me land it down. Charlo is 6 feet tall. He got 5 inch over Canelo, right? And see,
Mm-hmm.
one thing about Charlo, I feel like he's tougher than John Ryder. John Ryder stood up and started beating on Canelo the second half of the fight. If
Mm-hmm.
Charlo makes it past the first 5 rounds, Canelo's gonna gas out because he can't. He has no good conditioning because he can't run because his knees messed up.
Don't
And
you think?
Charlo,
Don't you think Charlo? Don't you think Charlo pace? Don't you think? You know what I'm saying? The styles of the fight and the pace of the fight gonna have to determine that. Because I mean, how active you think Charlo gonna be? Because the more that you punch, the more opportunity you give Canelo to counter, right?
okay.
So, also, are we seeing a measured? Are we seeing a measured Charlo? You know, for the first few rounds to get him there, or are we seeing an active Charlo?
Well, when I talk to DJ, right?
Hmm.
Everybody know on this channel I talk to DJ. You know, I talk to DJ all the time. They said they about to go out there. They about to press the issue, and they said they trying to go for the stop. That's exactly what they said. And when I was talking to him, I was like, man, you know, Canelo ain't never been stopped like that. And Derrick James told me something I never thought about it. He said, when have you ever seen anybody go into Canelo's body on a regular? And I said, really ain't never seen that. And he said, who you seen that throw better body shots than Charlo in that division? And I said, nah. He said, you know, he stopped Rosario with the body shot. I said, yeah. He set up Lubin with the body shot. I said, yeah, he did do that. He said, Charlo is one of the hardest body punchers, and he's got great instinct. And he said, with our style, you know, we used to roll with that thing. He said, I know Charlo can take Canelo power, but can Canelo take Charlo power, and for how long? He said,
Well,
Canelo comes out with a flurry, um,
a
a F,
flurry, right?
yeah, he comes out with that right there, and he throws the shots. He throws his shots. But when Canelo throws them shots, he got 3 shots. He got the left hook, right hook, and that uppercut. But after that, even when he fought Triple G, that was a slow pace fight. Them people was throwing 10 shots around after the second half, and they didn't have more than 40 punches thrown per round the whole fight. You go look at it. The most round punches they had in one round was 36 thrown. And Canelo was gassed out in that fight. They were hugging each other at the end of the damn round. I mean, at the end of the damn fight. And I feel like Charlo can stop him, but not by a conventional knockout. I feel like when Canelo get tired and Charlo start beating him up and beating that body up, the ref ain't gonna sit there and let Canelo take too much punishment. He's not. He's not
Hey,
gonna sit there. Go ahead.
I can, I can, I can definitely see the fight going the way that you see it. You feel what I'm saying? And I can definitely see those things be debilitating to Canelo,
I
right?
also see
Especially,
Canelo got some
especially
pop too, though.
inside game. But I gotta say this, right?
Yeah.
They got a date, and he got to be he got to be in his best shape. Do you hear what I'm saying? He
Yeah.
can't have no lapses, right?
Now he
And
got to get smart.
he got to be able to be calculated about that strategy if that's the way that they gonna go. And the reason I say that is this, right?
You don't want to
Them
get
same
careless going for the
questions,
body.
them same questions that Derek asked you and had and game plan or whatnot, he had a couple of months ago, right? Right?
Yeah.
And I think, and I'm not saying that his game plan was wrong or anything, but what I'm saying to you is the fighter himself has to be all the way on point, all the way on point. You feel what I'm saying?
Oh
To
yeah.
go get them things done. Now,
Because
what
I'm
was
gonna
the
tell you,
variables?
what you
What was the
said,
variables last time, right?
and you
We
know what you just
all
said.
knew.
That's funny.
Well, no,
You know
I'm just
what's
saying
funny?
we all knew that the my boy, right, had trouble trying to stay at this motherfucking weight, right?
Yeah.
We all knew this, right?
Yeah,
So
man
that
Yeah.
down.
was a so I'm just saying what I know about the fighters, right? We all knew that was a caveat. You know what I'm saying for him, but we did not. Nobody, me included, did not even include that in our thoughts as to how it would affect the fight. You feel what I'm saying?
And
Nah,
that's what I
you
And
right
thought
about
about.
that.
and we
And
saw
look,
the results. So all I'm saying is, my
but you know
man
something?
My man going up
Also,
2 weight classes. He going up 2 weight classes. So there's a caveat to this one as well. So
but you
to
know,
apply that game plan that you talking about, that has that caveat, that extra carrot or whatever, that extra nugget, got to be tightened up and taken care of in order for him to apply that strategy and have the ability, right, to go in there and get those body shots. Because when you in there in close enough to get
it's
those body
dangerous
shots,
because
you
he
got
can
to be
hit
able
you
to
back.
protect yourself
And
and
look,
close
check
that
this out,
space.
check this out, bro. I asked Canelo that same question. I mean, I asked Derrick James the same question. I said, you know, Canelo pretty good on the inside fighting. I say, you ain't scared Jamel gonna get clipped? And he said, you know, Jamel's smart. He could roll with it. But he said Canelo done lost a little steam off of. But he said he's gonna get clipped a few times. This is what he do with it. And you said what about our guy? You know, man down straps. He shout out to Earl Spence and Derrick James as well. And yes, Earl had problems making the weight. But also, Earl Spence is 33 years old, and he had one fight in 3 years before he fought that fight. And see,
Facts.
Earl, you know, after pride comes destruction. Mr. I don't want to do tune-ups and everything. They seen what happened. Terrence Crawford took a tune-up. He knocked the rust off of his game. He took Avanesian, knocked the rust off. So he wouldn't be a year laid off. Because he know when you get a brand new car, you can go start that bitch up anytime you want to, and it's gonna start running. But once that car done been with you about 10 damn years and you know it's cold outside, you gotta go start up and let it warm up for a little bit. And you just can't shock your body and bring it down to that type of weight. And you ain't been fighting once in 3 years. And it's hard to make weight. And then when you shock your body and you haven't done it in so long, you know that's why Earl said I couldn't get that get up. He said it's just like my body wouldn't push. And like Derrick James said, it was like he was walking in quicksand. But like I
I'm
said,
just I'm just saying, fam,
I
we
know.
don't
Let me
want to
land
end
it
up
though. Let me
we
land
don't
it.
want to end up in a month, right? We don't
Yeah,
want to
I
end
know.
up a month
Let me
later
land it.
saying
Let me
these
land it.
same things.
I know, but let me land it though. The man only going up 8 pounds. The man walks around damn near at 190. Canelo's not a true 168 pounder. That's why he ain't fighting 168 pounders. That's why he bringing people up to fight him at 168. He's not no Benavidez. He's definitely not no David Morrell. He got some pop to him, but he's a 160 pounder fighting at 168. Honestly,
I agree.
that's why he's not trying to fight him. Charlo, if you've seen Charlo lately, Charlo's a lot bigger, but he's gonna come in at 162, 163. And see, Charlo been busting his ass trying to make 154. Like that shit was taking a toll on him. Now you know the nigga 6 feet. You know, and Jamal, you see Jamal fill out nicely. And I seen Jamel lately. Jamel, bro, he looked brolic. The man is brolic as hell. And he's gonna have to cut weight because he's at like 180 something right now, looking big. So you know he's got to cut weight. He's got to because they done built him up, and he's still looking fast at 180. He's still looking fast. I just seen the man the other day on live. You know what I'm saying? Like he had a little FaceTime live and shit. But he was looking real fast and furious right there. And he's looking strong. He's looking real strong, like his power. See, people don't realize when you stay at them lower weight classes, man, you like told people about Earl. Y'all only seeing a fraction of his power, like Broly with the chain on his neck. Like he can't really show you his full power because his muscles. You like that shit? I know you like it, but he can't really show that full power because you know he's being bottled in. He's being bottled in, bro. He's being caged in. Your muscles ain't getting all the full effects, so you can't show your true potential. And that's why I told people early, you see the best Earl at 160 or 165 around in between there. Because I said Earl, when they spar them light heavyweights and shit, they about 170 in training camp. Like you lose about 20 pounds to spar and do it out of training camp. And you know, they walk around weight. That's where they start sparring from. They not sparring them big people at 150 and 147. No, they sparring them when they around 175, 180, you know, coming into camp. And Charlo, he's been sparring big people. He's done had some good people in there. He's been they said him and Laura got some good time in. You know what I'm saying? Arizona Laura came over and gave him some good work. And they said, what's the damn Sir Marcus was giving him some good work. So he's been in there with some heavy hitters. He's been in there with some big light heavyweights that hit hard. And see, Canelo's, he's always had a speed advantage over the damn 160, like Caleb Plant and them, because he's coming up. When you come up, you had that speed advantage. Cool J, salute, King. And that's one thing I gotta say. Mel is, hold on. Let me add Jay to the stream. What's up, 2 Cent? But
What's
Mel,
going on? What's going on?
what's up, Princess? But Mel, he's coming into this thing. He's only going up 8 pounds. He's not going up to full 14. You feel what I'm saying, bro? So, you know,
Right.
his caveat is not going to be as bad on his body as now. 14 pounds, that's a lot. Cause see,
Right.
like I used to box. I was 16 before I destroyed my hand. But people don't realize them two weight classes is hell. But that's like Roberto Duran going from 137 to 140. I mean 135 to 147 and beating Sugar Ray on the first try. That's really two divisions he hopped up. So you know it's
He's
good
bad
fighters and
too.
it's special fighters. Now if this
Right.
was Canelo 4 or 5 years ago, honestly, and I'm just keeping it real, I say Jamel had no chance. He had no chance because I would say Canelo, he still had that good head movement. He
Oh,
never
you
had
think
really.
that's gone?
I've seen
You
it.
think?
I've seen it in 4 straight fights, bro. Honestly,
Okay.
like I seen the Bivol fight. I seen the and see Canelo Alvarez. He does something now that he wasn't doing 4 years ago. He's became a raging alcoholic now. See, Canelo used to have that fighting lifestyle, and he used to didn't drink. Now Canelo, he stay drinking. He stay drunk now. But you know, before that, Canelo wasn't drinking. He was living a boxer's lifestyle. But now
I don't think
Canelo
the
done
golf
got.
helping his knee either.
Man, Canelo gonna come in there looking the best we've ever seen him in the entire history of boxing.
She
I've
ain't
done.
she
I've done
ain't
seen.
capping. He know. Look, she making a point. Like again, like she said, he know what the fuck he facing. All the easy money is gone. That's why he took the PBC deal because all the easy money that he was gonna be cool with, right? That was to his liking, to his stature, is gone. So she making a great motherfucking point.
Yeah, and
He not
you
gonna
look at.
come
Yeah,
in
I was
there.
about to
He
Nah,
say.
ain't
but
gonna come in there
I
like
don't
that.
think I think he do think it's easy money. I'm
Yeah,
just
he think
making
it's
a
easy,
point
but
that you think a fight finna be competitive and you like, oh, this fighter ain't look good in the last 3 fights and this and that, and then they get in the ring and they look like boxing Jesus in there. I am scarred from this Terrence Crawford
and you
Errol
know
Spence
something.
fight. I'm gonna be
But you
You
know
honest with y'all.
something.
don't
I'm very
Hold on, hold on,
cynical
hold on, hold
now.
on, hold on. He may come
He
in the
said
best he's
boxing
ever
Jesus.
looked, right? He may come in there, but still, it's a reason why he avoided athletic black fighters. It's a reason behind that.
We gonna have to see
Floyd,
because I
Floyd,
agree.
let me look. Check this out. Floyd showed you. Floyd stood right in front of this man while he was 20 pounds heavier than Floyd, maybe 25 pounds heavier than Floyd. Floyd didn't have the punching power at that time. He was Money Mayweather with the brittle hands, but he had enough pop and stop to pop Canelo and keep him off balance. He was hurting him with them little direct shots. It was precise shots.
I ain't saying that
Aristotle
he can't
Laura.
win, fam. I ain't saying that he can't win. I'm just
No, I
saying,
ain't say
look,
you did. I ain't
just
say
like
you
she
did.
said,
That's not
just
what
like
I'm
she
saying, bro.
started
That's
from the
not what I'm
last one,
saying.
bro.
But this is what
But
I'm
fam,
saying. Bro, let me
I hear
finish.
you.
Eight one second. Let me finish. And I'm about to let y'all ride. But look, Aristotle Laura, he came out there, boxed Canelo head in. Jermell Charlo, people forget because he's such a power puncher.
Yeah,
The
Laura
man,
actually won that fight in my opinion.
or
He
Laura did
definitely
win that
won.
fight. He won 7-5. But
He
he
definitely
took his
won.
foot off the gas in the championship round. And you got to realize when you fight Canelo, you already down 4-0. You already down 4-0. I don't care who you is, you're down 4-0. But Aristotle Laura boxed him up. Jamel Charlo can box. He was over there fighting with Aristotle Laura before he came to Derrick James. He was a pure boxer until Derrick James showed him how to sit down and stop wasting movements. So, you know, he got done by Aristotle Laura. Jamel Charlo has power. Like Jamel Charlo, he's good in all things. He's well rounded. Canelo can't really do world work because his legs. He has slow feet, but he got quick hands and he had quick head movement. But Canelo still is a drunkard now, and that takes a toll on your body. And this is one thing people not. Canelo has put in over 487 professional rounds of boxing. This is what I'm saying. 480 some professional rounds of boxing. I don't give a damn who you is. And Canelo has been through wars. Canelo has took punishment. That ages your body. I don't care how good you is. That shit ages you and it shows. That's why you see the slippage in the last few fights of Canelo. But Jamel Charlo is a different type of animal. Just watch what I tell you now. The man is going to have speed that Canelo hasn't been in there. When the last time Canelo been in there with a quick fighter? When the last time he been in there with somebody that can actually hurt him? John Ryder couldn't hurt him. Caleb Plant couldn't hurt him because Caleb Plant wasn't sitting on the shots then. Bivol, yeah, he was keeping away with the jab, but Bivol was showing Canelo too much respect. He wasn't trying to damn destroy Canelo like that. And he took the easy route. He said, I can just box this man with the jab and beat him. Jamel Charlo this is his time to prove something right here. This man has put in all this work, and he's about to get his biggest payday. And check this out: Canelo got a $30 million guarantee for this fight, right? You know, he signed a three-fight, $100 million with PBC. If he would have signed the first one, it would have been two fights for 100 million. He would have had to fight Jamal or Benavidez, then Earl for 55 mil. That's what the first deal was. He turned it down. So Key Alexander, salute Princess. You can hop up here too, you know. But one thing about that, right? Canelo has to fight Jamel, but he gets 30 million off the top. And like I said, Canelo's gonna do more than Ryan and Tank. So let's just say Canelo do. Matter of fact, I'm gonna say the same number. Say he do 1.4 mil, and you know they about to have PBC's about to have another $20 million gate. They got a 20 million plus gate with Earl. They got a 20 million plus with Ryan, and now they about to break another $20 million gate. So let's just say the damn Canelo and Charlo fight does 160 million, right? That's fair, right? 817, 160 million. That's about fair.
Yeah.
Okay, take 30 off the top for Canelo for his guarantee for the contract. So they gotta pay that back first. So that's 130 million. And let's just say we're gonna take 25 million off for that undercard. Because you got no, let's say 20. Because you got Jesus Ramos versus Erickson Lubin. You got Yordanis Ugas versus Mario Barrios. You got two fights. That's a stacked fucking card. These are two fights that could actually be headliners. So all right, so we took that off. So now you got 105 million right there. Let's take 20 million for Showtime in them. 20 million for Showtime, and then that leaves you with 85 million and shit, right? And then another 5 million for TGB Promotions to pay all the promotional people, the people that set up the fights and everything. Now we're not going what they got on their trunks. That's their own private money, and I'm gonna tell you like this: Al Heyman says they get paid between 2 million to 10 million for them damn advertisement on the trunks, depending on the fight. So they got 80 million left over off of that. Okay, Canelo is the A side. So he's probably gonna get 70-30. So let's just say Canelo gets 45 or 50, and Charlo only gets like 25-30. Let's just say 50-30. So Canelo's gonna walk away with 80 mil altogether because he's Canelo. And the fight did that. Yeah, exactly. That's how it goes with Canelo. That's how he did with the Caleb Plant, but it wasn't all. Caleb Plant only got 10 million. And Canelo, they sold 800,000, and Canelo got the rest out the PBC and them got their cut.
And they didn't want to give Plant that 10 million. It was an issue with that.
Yeah, but see, Charlo getting $30 million. That's more than he's ever made in his whole career for everything that he's done. Now, if Charlo beats Canelo and he gets that 30 million, guess what? It's a rematch clause. That rematch is gonna fucking sell because you know they want to see Canelo get his get back. Plus, it's Canelo for one. It's a chance to see Charlo and Canelo going. You know they're gonna sell that. And let's just say it does the same thing again, right?
It's
Now
gonna
Charlo gets a guarantee because you know he's the ace. I mean he's the champ. So like I said, let's say it do 160 again, right? So let's just say Canelo gets his 30 mil because he got the $100 million guarantee. So that's 30 mil off. And let's just say Charlo gets a 10 million guarantee. Because he's not gonna get the same. I don't give a fuck what he do. He's not gonna get what Canelo get, period. So that's 40 million gone. That leaves you 120. Showtime, the PBC, the undercard. That takes away and it leaves 80 million left, right? So now Charlo getting 40, Canelo getting 40. Because then they can do it with him being the champ. They split the pay-per-view 50-50. But Canelo already got a $30 million guarantee. So now Charlo's making 50 million while Canelo makes another 80 million. You feel what I'm saying?
I don't think any of what you're saying is wrong. All I'm saying is this. Just like the lady said she scored from the last one, that man, listen, that man knew, right? It's one of these entities that knows for a fact, right? That they really can't lose this motherfucking fight. You feel what I'm saying? Or it's going to come in like that. I don't think we're going to get the same Canelo that we got with Bivol. I know he's longer in the tooth, and I know Jamel got all the capabilities, just like I felt like Earl got. I had all the capabilities, right? I'm just saying, don't underestimate the fact that that Canelo knows, like L to this motherfucker might flush me, regardless if I get a rematch, whatever. You feel what I'm saying? Like
Oh, I
he,
know.
he ain't gonna take. I'm just saying he ain't gonna take Jamel like he took a motherfucking
No,
me.
he's gonna prepare like he prepared for Floyd. Or
That,
better,
that,
matter of fact,
okay.
he's gonna prepare better than he prepared for Floyd.
That's all I was getting at. That's
Oh
all I
yeah.
want.
Oh no, I took all that in consideration. But now what I'm saying is, you Jamel Charlo, you ain't been getting your flowers. You just got your biggest payday versus Brian Castano Part 2, where you got undisputed, right? So you've been boxing all this time. You've been calling this man out for over 10 years, and you have the chance to make this type of money, and knowing, because Al Heyman done broke the figures down to him. Now, if let's just say you a fighter, right? 817. I mean, I know your family is and everything, but
Yeah, I'm listening.
all right, you got a chance to make 30 million, right? And then in your mind, you if you win this 30 million, right, you can make 50 million after that or more. That's generational wealth, bro. That's so much motivation for Charlo. You don't think Charlo gonna come out? I mean, I think we're gonna see the best of versions of both of them.
I do too. I do too. I
But the
listen.
only problem is
I would
Canelo.
like to see the best versions of both of them.
Right,
But
right.
see,
I would
even if
like.
we do,
There you go. Thank you. I'm like you,
yeah,
Jay. I would like to. I hope. You feel me? I hope.
yeah.
I
But
hope
see,
we do.
even if we see the best version of both of them, right? No matter if Canelo does everything he could possibly do, it's just one problem though. That's stamina. His stamina goes because he can't do that road work because of his knee. You feel what I'm saying? He can't. Like Canelo's stamina. That's why he tries to go out there, and a lot of times he fucks himself up because he be throwing them shots. And Canelo don't. And like Bivol said it best. Canelo only know one speed and one power. He don't realize when you throwing these damn shots to try to knock a nigga out, what you doing is sucking up your stamina. And see, Eddie Reynoso hasn't taught his fighters that. That's why Valdez had to learn the hard thing. Like you killing yourself throwing these hard shots every time. Like you could probably throw 1,000 regular shots, but you can only throw probably about 200 of them hard haymakers. And people don't understand the logistics of throwing them punches. Like you will tire yourself out. Like you will tire yourself out and throw yourself out. And the only thing that I say, Charlo has to get past them first 4 rounds and them two Canelo flurries that you know is coming. Because you know Canelo gonna cut the ring off. He gonna get right there, and you know he gonna let it fly. But if you can hurt Canelo, you see Triple G put him on his back foot. You know Triple G made that motherfucker go on his back foot. You know Bivol frustrated him with that jab because with his feet not being as quick and with him slowing down and not being the greatest athlete he used to be, he get frustrated a lot. And if Jamel has an impeccable jab, not better than Jamal's, but it's impeccable still, and it hits like a shotgun. He hit Rosario in the body with that thing and put him down. I don't care. Think about it. If he's standing there and he's catching Canelo with that jab over and over, we seen what Joe Joyce did to Daniel Dubois' eye. We seen what Zhang Zhili did to Joe Joyce's eye just by catching him with a straight shot over and over. Like I feel like that's what's gonna be that length and that speed and that power is gonna be a little bit too much for Canelo. And I feel like,
I hope so. That's all I can say. I hope so, bro. I'm gonna be rooting for him.
oh yeah, I am too. But in boxing, anything can happen. That's why we got to see the fight. That's why we got to see it. That's when we got to see it. But like even Floyd said it, he said Canelo looks old in the tooth. Like he said Canelo look like he don't look like the same Canelo. And them fights take a toll on you, 817. Like the more fights you have, the more punishment your body takes, man. It takes punishment. What's up, two cent? You still with me, 2 Cent? Oh yeah, Jonathan. I mean, everybody is entitled to their opinion here, bro. But yeah, all I'm saying is Canelo, he long in the tooth. You know what I'm saying? Like he gonna try his best because he's not wanting to lose to what they call a Mayate. But sometimes it ain't what you want. Just because you want it not to happen don't mean it's gonna stop it from happening. You feel what I'm saying? Like Jamel hungry, and he just seen his dog get his ass whooped. He just seen Earl take that L. So Jamel, he got a lot riding on this right here. And he also knows a win here solidifies him in history. And that's all Jamel has ever wanted to do is be history. He's always wanted to be pound for pound. He's always wanted to get the respect from all the boxing critics and writers. And this right here, in one swoop, he gets his respect. They got to put him at near the top of the pound for pound and everything. They can't deny him that if he beats Canelo. They can't. Whether they want to or not. It was no way about it. And Jamel Charlo was thinking about that. And like I said, Canelo can do anything he can. But no matter what he can do, it still probably won't be enough. He's going against a young lion who's more athletic, who's hungry. And like I said, Triple G got power, but I don't think he's hitting hard as Jamel Charlo. I just don't. And especially not in both hands. See, Jamel, he can do it with both hands. And one thing about Triple G, he's not got the lateral movement of Charlo. And he don't set the traps that Charlo set. Like Canelo just can't come barging in and like he does other fighters and just try to barge in, walk them down, and damn beat them up like that. He do that shit with damn Charlo, he gonna pay for it. And he gonna pay a lot. And like I said, Canelo is a man. Just like we found out Earl Spence is a man. And, hey, everybody can get broken. You can look old as hell overnight. You can look old as hell in one fight overnight. And like I said, Canelo done became an alcoholic. He's not taking the boxing the way he used to. And alcoholic is a disease, man. Like, you just can't cut that off. And like, hell, he even did a training video. Y'all go watch. Last month, he had a video in the gym talking crazy. And he was throwing a little combo, but he was drunk as shit in the gym. And I know y'all remember that. He was in the gym drunk as hell, talking about what he was going to do to Charlo. Now, come on now. Like, Canelo know his career is almost over. But he also know he has a 3-fight deal and it's guaranteed money. And like I said, most fighters, they take their farewell tour with the PBC. Mikey Garcia, Manny Pacquiao, Floyd Mayweather. That's the farewell dance right there. That's you done put in years of accumulation of boxing. You done made a name for yourself. Now it's time to make your biggest paydays as you going out the door. And that's what Canelo doing. He's making his name and his paydays going out the door. Plus, if he does lose to Jamel Charlo, then, ain't no way David Benavidez is going to get that fight. Because Canelo wants Jamel Charlo. If he loses, he wants a rematch. That's 2 fights off that contract right there. Then Jamal Charlo's name is also next on that contract. So it ain't no third person. So, I'm just putting that out there. Yeah, all things, Charlo does need to be smart. And Charlo needs to stay behind that jab. He has a long-ass reach advantage. And he has power and everything. He needs to stay behind that jab. And like Bivol did. Bivol didn't do nothing fancy. He kept it basic on Canelo. He beat Canelo with a basic game plan. He sat back, peppered him with the jab. And it frustrated Canelo so much because that 73-inch reach was teaching his ass a lesson. And Bivol has a little bit of lateral movement, not as good as Jamel Charlo, but he was able to move when Canelo tried to rush him. And the difference between Bivol and Charlo is Charlo has a lot more pop than Bivol has. And Charlo can make you pay when you're coming in there. He can make you pay. And like I said, we've never seen nobody go at Canelo's body. Expected this fight. Expect Canelo's body to get boxed up and boxed in. Expect them to work that man like they normally, like a body snatcher. And that's what I say about Jamel Charlo. he has great IQ and he's willing to learn. Like I said, everything he's ever done in a fight wrong, he's never made that same mistake in another fight. It's like he learns from his past mistakes and he builds himself better. It's called progressing in a fight. And Canelo, he's entitled. He got the title. And, he feels like these are my titles and you got to come take them. And what Canelo don't realize is that entitlement ain't going to do nothing but get you fucked up. He done became an alcoholic. He's not respecting the sport of boxing like he used to. Like, he talking about let's fucking party and all that shit right there. Like, who goes and does a video while you drunk at the damn gym? Oh no, with Mill is not gonna be weight drain, Jonathan Parks. Mill gonna be in his zone, and Mill's only going up 8 pounds. That's the thing. See, this is another thing that people don't realize. Do y'all remember Stephen Fulton in Inouye, right? Y'all remember how much quick Inouye was over Stephen Fulton? Like, Stephen Fulton may have been technically the better boxer, but speed kills. Smoking bud, salute, opinionated boxing, Shalom Princess. Like, Inouye versus Stephen Fulton. Do you know what made that fight such a disadvantage? It was the speed element. Like, you can teach a lot of things to an athlete, and this is all sports. And I'm about to break it down, all sports for you. You can teach an athlete a lot, but speed kills. You can't teach speed. You got a receiver that's super fast. You can double team him. You can put a cornerback on him. You can put a safety over top. But if he's that gifted in speed, he can go across the top and burn y'all up. Like, you got to take aim. When a person's so much faster than you, you got to take an angle to try to catch them. While he can just outrun your angle if he turns it up a notch. And then basketball, you try to guard a man that's a lot faster than you. You try to guard a person a lot faster than you in basketball, he gonna blow right past you. You try to fight somebody that's a lot faster than you, like Stephen Fulton showed you. You get outclassed and outblasted. Yeah, you can set your timing, but what's timing when somebody's switching up speeds and switching gears on you? Might come to you in first gear, might hit you in second gear, then finish you in fourth, and then might pop the clutch and go sixth gear on you. See, speed absolutely kills in every sport. And that's the difference between an athletic person and a great fundamental person. Like, Bud Speed basically killed Spence in that fight. Spence wasn't able to activate his speed because his muscles and stuff was, we ain't gonna go into that. Let's just know Spence wasn't able to activate his speed. And speed kills. And if you can't get your speed off, then, hey, it's over for you. And we see that in every sport. Like a receiver going over the top, speed, busting the defense open. Smoking Bud. What is good with you, King?
What it do, upper echelon?
What's good with you, King?
Not much, man. Talking this boxing.
Yeah. That's what we do all day, every day, even on a Sunday. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But yeah, we done went all the way off the subject. We done got the Canelo and Charlo when we was talking about Tank's next fight. We was talking about Tank versus Tio should be next.
What at 140?
I think that Issa Cruz fight is a tune up for real. They just don't want to label it as that because what else could it be? I don't know how competitive
What
y'all
you need
think
a
this
tune
fight
up
gonna be.
for? The fuck you
I
need a
mean,
tune
because
up for?
I don't know. I mean, it don't
He
make
was
no
in jail for a
sense.
month. I'm talking about as long as he was in jail, he's been out the ring longer than that. Like,
That's
damn.
true. That's true.
Like damn, he was only out the ring. I mean, he was in jail for a month and some change. Like, damn, he's been out the ring longer than that between fights. He's been in between fights 6 months. You feel what I'm saying? Like, the fuck you need a tune up for? You just fought in motherfucking March, wasn't it?
April.
Just fought in March. Yeah, you done fought twice this year. Give us a good third fight. Shit, you don't need no
Nah,
damn
Tank
third.
coming back for sure. I just don't want to see him fight Cruz, but the way
Yeah, that's
Calvin
what I'm
Boyd
saying.
and
What
Kenny Ellis talking, it look like it's gonna be Cruz. Plus, he #1 in the WBA, and look like Haney finna move up, so Tank gonna be elevated from regular WBA champ to super champ.
I just don't think that that's gonna be that, especially after the way Cruz just looked in this last fight. Like he literally got gifted that fight. He I don't see it being competitive at all unless he come in there.
Tank gotta knock him out, man. That's the only thing people saying Isak arguably won just because Tank didn't knock him out, which is some bullshit. I don't
Yeah, I don't have
understand
to
how
knock
this
you out
dude
to win.
he came out of
That's
nowhere. He
what I
was a
said
late
there
replacement.
said though.
He was a late
I
replacement for
s-
Rolly, and he ended up getting a Tank fight back in 2021.
and see that's what the fuck I said though. I said I had Giovanni Cabrera beating damn Eastside Cruz.
Man,
Like
he made Issa
Giovanni
Cruz look
Cabrera.
like a amateur in there, man. He was
And if
taking
y'all
his
remember, I
punches.
said it before. Yeah, look, I said it before the fight. I even bet money on Giovanni Cabrera, but I should have realized that the powers to be wasn't gonna let that happen to Esau. But just like they did me on Maxie Hughes, I got stiffed on that fight too. And I gotta realize I forgot that they was gonna make a Loma versus Camboso fight. I forgot all about that. But what I'm saying is Esau Cruz arguably just got beat 8-4. The man sat there and controlled the whole fight. He was ring generalship. His defense was impeccable against Eastside Cruz. He was making the man look stupid. Nigga was
And
throwing haymakers.
the way he was even put, like the way he popping that jab, he looked like he was scared. It wasn't even like he just. I mean, he did like dominate the fight, but it didn't look like, if you look in, it looked like, what's his name, Gabriel, whatever his name was. He looked like he was just scared, like, oh, get away from me, get away from me. Like that's how it was coming off to
That's
me
what
when he was
Cabrera
popping
fight
that
state.
jab out there.
Cabrera is a damn prize fighter. That's the way he outboxes people. He said he was gonna pop him with the jab all night. And then after he made Esau Cruz get tired, he started standing right there and taking Esau's shots while giving his own shots. And he was popping Esau's ass. You feel me? That man, at the end of that fight, that man faced like he never even been in a damn fight.
I want to
Esau
see
had
Tank
marks
fight
on
the
his feet.
Cabrera dude.
Huh?
I want to see Tank fight the Cabrera dude.
Yeah, and that shit pissed me off a little bit because I'm like, damn, they robbed the man. And I figured that. I said, okay, well, we just seen what Esau looked like, so they definitely not gonna give us Esau versus Tank. And now they still trying to give us this shit. Like, dude, what in the hell? Like, did y'all not just see what happened on the big stage? And everybody seen it because it was on the Crawford Spence fight. So it's not like people didn't see what just happened to this nigga. But like I said, right now, after doing 1.4 million, you don't want to go back to damn 300,000 and 400,000. And like I said, the damn fight to make is Teofimo Lopez. Teofimo already said he wants a 8-figure payday for his next fight. And Teofimo hasn't made over $2 million in a fight yet. And he's pissed off because he's not getting paid. And we already know that Teofimo will go against the grain on Bob Arum. And we already know that the fighter has the final say. And he's done called Tank all types of bitches. He told Tank he'd beat his ass and all this. Now, like I said, Tank sent that man a contract for $10 million. He probably still gonna have to negotiate with Tio and his dad because they know they can probably get more than $10 million up out of him. But I was staying 11 million firm. Like, nigga, you can't fight nobody in your career to make and it's nobody that Tio can actually fight in or around his division in his career that will give him this type of money. You can't name nobody else that Tio can fight that is.
I mean, there is nobody can fight that can get that type of money that they can get fighting Tank in that
Yeah, it's
division.
nobody who can fight.
I think T.O. will be a good fight.
Yeah, y'all just went quiet. I thought you was about to go ahead and say
Yeah,
something.
I
she
wanted to
said,
see Tank and Dev, man. So I still
yeah,
want to see.
Yeah, I thought
I
she was
was.
about to cook.
She
She just
sounded
put a
like she
little
was about to
seasoning
cook.
in the pot and didn't say nothing else. You all right?
Let that water
Hello?
simmer.
Y'all
Yeah,
can't hear
Okay,
me?
yeah, we can hear you now.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was saying, we know that Mayweather is still advising Tank. Do you think that Mayweather will put a boxer in a position to have a great legacy or a greater legacy than his? Because I think we got to kind of keep that in mind when we're thinking about Tank. Because I believe Tank could be 50-0, but that's just my 2 cents.
nah.
But
The one thing I didn't agree
You want me
with
to tell you why
Floyd.
I say can't
Oh,
be
go ahead.
50 and 0? He too late in his career right now. You feel what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like at this point right here, Floyd was already 38 and 0. You feel me? Like as you get older, the fights slow down. You feel what I'm saying? Like Floyd was fighting like a motherfucker, and Tank legacy can't be better than Floyd's anyway because Floyd fought 22 champions. You feel what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, he fought hella champions.
yeah, the closest person is Pacquiao, and he's 7 champions away. And after Pacquiao, the other people is like 11 and 12. Like Floyd fought 22 active champions. Nobody has ever done that. And Pacquiao had to go extra years to even catch up close to only be down 7. That's what I'm
I,
saying. Like Tank has a good legacy, but Tank really ain't got the big names like that. He got some good fights, but he don't have no legendary fights like Floyd. And Tank,
who could he fight to make a legendary fight? I know a lot of people say Shakur, but in my opinion,
Shakur, Devin, and
I
Tio. Shakur, Devin, and Tio. He can make them 3 fights and retire. Because Tank already talked about he wants to retire anyway soon. Like the type of money Tank done made, he don't want to continue boxing. He didn't. And like he said, he wants to enjoy the fruits of his labor. And like I said, if Tank fights Tio done called him out. They already got history. You feel what I'm saying? And Tio has the best resume out of any of the 4 kings. You feel me? And this right here, Tank already done took out one of the 4 kings in Ryan Garcia. So this will be king number 2. He takes out Tio. Then he can finish with the 4th king, Devin. You feel what I'm saying? So, Tank can go through and take out the 4 kings. And
yeah, I
then
agree that.
he can finish his career with Shakur.
I
it
think
just
I
takes
think
If he
so
does
long to
that,
make these fights. If they could do that, you know what I'm saying, back to back, or it won't take 2 years for this fight and another 2 years. Like it's taking too long for them to be able to do that. And I get it. Like Shakur, he don't even have no. Do he have? He don't even have one fight at 135.
he
but
got a
Jay,
And
I
I
think go ahead. No, continue. No, go ahead,
yeah, and
continue.
he don't even have one fight at 135. And it's
wait, but he
like,
got Osino.
What was
oh,
you about
okay,
to say
okay.
about Shakur? What was you about to
Shakur
say about
fought
Shakur?
Osino, remember?
Who,
Yeah, he
me?
fought. Yeah,
Oh,
I
I was
said
you
about to
said
say
Shakur.
Shakur needs to, he want these big fights, but especially with Tank, like, what are you bringing to the table? Do you have a fan base? Do you have it's business. So
That's why
business
he ain't
wise,
trying to call. That's why he really ain't calling out Tank because he don't want to mess that fight up with Tank and not get what he's supposed to get out of it.
and Bob already said he ain't making that fight. So we, you know what I'm
But
saying?
see,
Like,
that's the thing though. People think Bob really doesn't have a say so because
really.
if the contract come, the boxer has the final say so over the contract because there's a thing called the Ali Act, right? Like a promoter can't stop you from making your biggest, like a bigger fight. If you see a bigger fight than what the promoter's trying to do, and that's what Ryan Garcia did because Oscar and them did not want that fight right there. And that's why the zone,
Why though?
because Oscar don't like dealing with the PBC, but when he seen what the fight did, he liked it. That's why he got O'Hara Davies, so he can deal with the PBC again versus Rowley. Because O'Hara Davies is Rowley's mandatory, and then as soon as he got announced Rowley's mandatory, Oscar De La Hoya signed that man to a contract immediately. But
Jay
see,
off.
Oscar De La Hoya, he kept trying to push the fight back, but Ryan, using the Ali Act, went forward with the fight, and so Oscar had no choice but to come along. And so they threw up some stipulations about the zone being a part of the promotion and everything. And the only reason PBC allowed it is because Ryan did have 10 million followers. He was bringing something to the table as well. You feel what I'm
Hey,
saying?
but
But
that
then,
part.
And Ryan ain't got paid from that fight allegedly, and he's suing Oscar. That's what I heard.
no, Ryan got his money. Ryan made over 30 million. But he also had to pay the zone 200,000. because he's not even signed to the zone. He signed the damn Golden Boy. Golden Boy has to deal with the zone. But Oscar made Ryan pay $200,000 out of his own pocket because the zone was upset because they only sold 200,000 pay-per-view. Not to mention that the pay-per-view was free. They didn't have to do shit. They got 200,000 free pay-per-views, and PBC had 1.2 million. So they was pissed off a little bit, and they charged Oscar, and Oscar made Ryan pay for it. 200,000 out of his own pocket.
But another reason why, oh my bad.
Okay, bro.
No, another reason why J2 is and this piggybacks off of what Smoking Bud was saying too. Like if you go and make those fights, then you get this because Bud is the key to everything. Honestly, that fight right there is gonna open up a lot of doors for a lot of people. Cause you see how he acting now that he got the bread. This Mickey Freaky living his best life tour. He on that I'm on my best life tour right now because he see what he could have been seeing all along had he been making the fight. You get your bread with the PBC, they get you your money. You're gonna take your risk, but you're gonna get your money because they're gonna do the best to make their money. And I
the
think a
best thing
lot of
about
these
PBC, not only do you make your money in the ring, but Al Heyman as your advisor, he gets you that sponsorship money. He gets you them damn logo money. He gets you all that money.
all that indeed.
Everything you need.
That's like you in a relationship and the person that you're in a relationship doing you dirty. And then they know there's somebody on the side trying to give you the best of life and they don't really want you to see the best of that life because hell, that means you will leave them. And these fighters will leave. I mean, just think about it. Oscar had all of the PBC fighters. Yeah, all of them.
Yeah, that's why you don't like Al.
Oscar is a horrible promoter. He loses every good fighter he has.
He had the PBC was part of Golden Boy. But Oscar started getting a big head and getting high and shit, fell asleep on the wheel, and Schaefer and them and Al Heyman and them came over and made PBC. See, Oscar he had Deontay Wilder, Errol Spence, and all them. He didn't even promote the black fighters. And that's what Earl Spence told him before when he was talking about me, you and Virgil make a good fight. And he was like, I ain't doing business with you. You don't even take care of your black fighters. You know, Oscar don't give a damn about black fighters. PBC
he really don't.
And PBC is probably the only company that really gives a fuck about black fighters. But then you got the black fan base always trying to tear the PBC down. I'm like, damn. The one place that try to make sure our people get what they supposed to get, y'all trying to tear them down. And y'all always talk about black-owned businesses. Al Heyman is black.
Yeah, and took all of his fighters.
He got Tom Brown to run it for him because you can't be a promoter and a financial advisor. That's what they try to get him for. But you know, Al Heyman a smart man, dog.
Too smart for him. Too damn smart.
Hell yeah, he used to have Michael Jackson, Beyonce, Prince, all the big names.
He helped Suge Knight start Death Row.
Yeah.
You don't realize
that, man. You talk about money, you got to talk about Al Heyman. Drake signed to Al Heyman. You remember that song where Drake was talking about, I'm signed to Al Heyman because I like them back-end chicks?
Yeah. And I mean, I think that's the biggest, and I think honestly that's the reason why Top Rank don't want to deal with them because Top Rank got all the talent at certain weight classes.
135 and down, Top Rank controls 135 and down.
Man, they got a boatload of talent in those classes too.
They don't pay him shit.
PBC has a few. They have a few fighters in the 135 and down, but PBC really don't get popping until 140.
And then going back to what unfortunately is so too, but going back to what Smoking Bud said, I mean, they want to make money and they just did 1.2 million. So they want to do something that's going to like hover around that area and do something that's not going to give you like maybe 500,000, which is still good, but it's not.
That's
near
gonna
that
be
top
tough.
rate.
That's gonna be tough.
So they figuring they can get it with that dynamic of Latin fighter versus Tank and have it be Pitbull because most people think that Pitbull won the fight because he didn't get knocked out, just like Smoking Bud said.
That fight gonna do good at the gate, but it's not gonna be a high pay-per-view.
Probably 400.
He need to fight T.O. or Devin Haney, man. That's
Yeah,
the only way.
I know Tio. I think Tio
I
will
don't
break
think
a
Devin
million.
going back to 135. And then that's the thing. If
They
anybody
can do a
fights,
He,
catchweight.
just
They can
just to
they can
give my
do
2 cents, if
137.
anybody fights Devin at 135 now, I mean, who's not to say he gonna be weight drained in there?
Tank can
And
fight at 140 or catch weight.
Yeah,
Like
Tank don't
Tank,
care about the belts.
yeah, Tank can fight at a catch weight. Like the fight T.O., I think Tank will fight. He'll move up to fight T.O. at a catch weight or something because T.O. is another $1 million fight. I don't care. I mean, $1 million by
It
fight.
is. I honestly believe.
First, you got the Mexican, you got the Spanish versus black fan base. They always come out for that. All the race fans always come out for shit like that. That's for one. For two, Tio has the best resume out of all of the four kings. He beat Josh Taylor in his prime, Jeff R. Salute, and he beat Lomachenko when Lomachenko was the Matrix. You feel what I'm saying? Gordo. They said Gordo's back. And then he done called Tank out, called him all types of bitches and stuff. So, Tio, they also got history as well. Tio and Tank are sell. Everybody been calling for that. Tio has a pretty big fan base. People don't understand it. He does have a fan base. People love Tio Fimo, Mr. Showtime. It just
yeah, I'm a
doesn't.
fan of T.O. I've been following T.O. his whole career. The only thing with T.O. is he's inconsistent. He's a good fighter, but he's inconsistent, and
It's his dad. He needs to
you
get
just
past that.
never know which T.O. you gonna get.
Nah, it's his dad. His dad, damn motherfucker, was on that Cambosos fight. All his dad kept doing was knock this dude out, knock this dude out. And he had Tio going for the knockout instead of
Yeah,
trying to
they
box the
didn't
man.
have a game plan at all. They thought they were just gonna go in there and little old Cambosos.
Yeah, they just thought they was gonna bulldoze Camboso, and Camboso was like, "Oh no, I approach slow blade, no knife." He wasn't playing that shit like shit. But like I said, Tio and Tank, and that'd be a 50-50 fight for Tank right there. But that'd be the closest fight Tank done had to 50-50. Because Tio has a chance, he has power, and he has a chance to hurt Tank. And Tank has a chance to hurt Tio. And Tio said his next fight got to be 8 figures or he ain't fighting. And in his career, the only person that's out there that he could possibly fight in the world is Tank. Even if can't nobody else give him that type of money. Nobody.
What
Not
about
even
at
Ryan Garcia.
140? Did he get?
You say
Nah,
what?
Ain't no big names at 140 you can fight. I mean,
not
it probably ain't
the
gonna be
biggest
eight
name.
I
figures.
mean, it could be big names, but who could T.O. fight that's gonna give him more than 3-4 million? Not Matias, not Regis. They good fighters, but they don't have the
I
names.
don't think
Nah,
Tank gonna give him 8 figures. To be honest with you,
He can give him $10 million for the fight. It's gonna do over $1 million buys. Ryan got 30 million. Huh?
no, she dropped off.
Oh, she dropped off. She'll probably be back. But yeah, shit. 10 figures to Tio, that's a bargain. 10 million to Tio, that's a bargain. I would try to give him a 10 million flat fee instead of a percentage. Because with a percentage, he's gonna get a lot more. That man, him and his dad, they just care about money. They don't really be thinking. So I try to slide his ass a damn, hold on. Like Tio and his dad don't really be thinking. They just care about the money. And their biggest paycheck was Cambosos, and it wasn't even over 2 million. So like I said, I slide his ass a 10 million contract real fucking fast if I was Tank. I wouldn't even try to let him get no percentages. Look, here, this 10 million. Give you your 8 figures. Because if
and
he end
I
up because if he
and I
gets a
think that loss to
percentage,
Cambosos ain't even really mess up his career like that. He just kept it
nah,
moving.
that's why I say I think something was wrong with him because I look at Camboso and I'm like, damn, how the hell did Camboso beat Tio? Because there's nothing I see about Camboso that, like, the way Maxi Pad did him, and I told everybody Max Hughes was going to beat him because I know Camboso can't guard his left side. You know what I'm saying? So the way Max beat him, I told people it was going to happen. So
I
I'm
almost
like,
put money. I would have won a lot of money on that fight because I was telling my husband like T.O. gonna lose this fight. He's mentally not there. Like he shouldn't lose it. But look at him. Like I don't know what was going on
yeah,
with
he was
T.O.
going
that
through it with
fight.
his wife too, though. That's what happened when you marry a damn stewardess from an airplane, This girl gave you the Mile High Club and you done fell in love. That's what happened when a guy finally gets some action, you know. Some guys, when they get some action, they can't handle it, you know. And she seen that nigga as a payday. She didn't even want to let him hold the damn kid after he won the fight. I'm like, damn, bitch, don't be like that.
Are they divorced now or something?
Yep.
Yeah, these fighters be going through it with their wives. That should be messing them up,
I mean, because boxing is a lonely sport. You feel what I'm saying? Like when you training, you gotta be away from your wife about 3 months. And then you can't have sex or nothing like that. You know, some people get horny. You know?
I don't think them new school boxers be doing that. I be seeing them with their families. They got their kids in the gym. Like it's not old school no more. It's like I'm at camp. I'm just me and I'm training. I done left everybody. They be having their kids. They
Nah,
still with their
that's when they at
wives.
that's when they at the pre-camps. When they go to the damn big fights and they gotta go. Like you see Terrence Crawford and them, they said they was gone for 3 months without seeing their family. You know, they was ready to get back home. You know, when you go in there to goddamn put in that work, you gotta be damn focused. And all your family doing is distracting you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's the truth.
But yeah, like that's what we need to push for. Like, let them know, man. Make the Tio fight. And like Tio still been talking. He been talking. That's what he want. He definitely wasn't gonna let Devin get his belt. He came out of retirement to make sure Devin don't get that belt. He said, "Oh hell nah," because Devin was trying to get that belt with an easy fight. See, Kawhi, I wouldn't even want to give him $7 million and 40% on the back end. He ain't worth 40% on the back end, brother. I get that nigga a $10 million flat fee. That man has never did more than $2 million, Kawhi. I'd be damned if I get that nigga 40%.
Yeah, I keep getting dropped off. I don't know what's going on. Maybe it's because I'm driving.
Yeah, you probably, yeah, because I can't really, my LTE be acting stupid too. But yeah,
Man.
Kawhi, I would not give T.O. $7 million and 40 on the back end. Hell no. That nigga get 10 million straight up, 15 at the most.
But you got to make the pot sweet though, right? So he can win something because he just witnessed Ryan Garcia get all that money.
Okay,
Then
and
the
he also
guarantee
knows.
sweet enough.
Okay, but look, Ryan Garcia has 10 million followers. T.O. has like 1.2 million.
I feel you.
You're not bringing 10 million followers to the table.
I feel you.
And your biggest payday was it wasn't even 2 million versus Cambozo. You just got $1 million for beating Josh Taylor. You feel what I'm saying? And
Yeah, no, I hear what you're saying.
you hollering
Just
that you want 8 figures on your next fight. I'm gonna give you 8 figures. I'm gonna give you 10 mil.
okay,
That's
Jay.
enough.
How much of a chance do you give T.O. in that fight with Tank? What would you say?
I mean, it's a good 45-55 fight. It depends on which
I
T.O.
give him
shows up.
30% chance of beating Tank. Yeah, that's just my 2 cents.
Okay,
But this is the thing.
I still got the sparring footage up there.
I think it could be a good fight, but you just never know which T.O. you gonna get. And I would think he would come in at his best, but you just never know.
Yeah.
That's true.
Plus,
I think like you said that was part of his father being his trainer, and then also him going
T.O.
through that
have a
stuff
better
with his wife.
trainer. If he had a different trainer from his dad, I'd give him a higher percentage. But see, his dad ain't the best trainer, bro. And like he think he is, but he's not. And he's hindering his son's development. You feel what I'm saying?
That boy
Like
had
his
no.
son's not developing as a fighter.
He
Like
had no
his son did
backup
a
to
lot
whatever.
better when he did his own thing instead of listening to his father versus Josh Taylor. You know
Oh,
what I'm saying?
word. Yeah, he put on a show against Josh Taylor.
Like his
He was
dad,
talented.
the only adjustment his dad gave him versus Camboso was knock this motherfucker out. Like,
And he
come on.
looked
Come
good
on,
against Loma
bro.
too. I was impressed at how he looked against Loma.
That's why I said he has the best record out of all the 4 kings. The best
Oh, no
resume.
doubt. No, that's what
Oh
I
yeah, I
dispute.
agree.
That's
I
what I
agree with that.
dispute. Anybody argue that down, they're a fool. You cannot argue that. Because like I said, I would argue that his resume is the best. I would slightly then go to Loma And then I would say Tank, and I think Devin and
Loma ain't even part of the Four Kings. It's Tank.
oh yeah, you talking about Four Kings? My bad. I'm just talking about in and around that division.
Yeah, it's Tank, Devin,
It's right.
T.O. and Ryan.
Yeah, Tank, Devin, T.O. and Ryan.
And see,
So
Tank done
yeah,
took out Ryan. Now he need to take out T.O. and then he can finish the Four Kings up with Devin.
They gonna hit
so
y'all
that's
with
why
the Ryan and Tank rematch.
Oh yeah, of course they
that would do
is.
big. That would.
That's
I
gonna do
think they're gonna.
big.
Yeah,
That
that would do
Ryan and
hella
Tank.
big.
I told y'all, I'm the one that said it. Ryan and Tank is gonna do numbers again. Cause watch, Ryan's about to show up and show out at 140. They trying to make the Rolly fight, but that Ohio Davis fight is in the way. And that's why Oscar's doing that because he wants to be an asshole who's
Hey,
in the way.
hey, didn't T.O. say he want to fight Ryan?
That's a big fight too.
That would be a hell of a fight.
Yeah, T.O. finna get all the big fights. He could fight. Right, he should fight Ryan first and then fight Tank.
Nah, because if Ryan beat T.O., then
You
and
think Ryan will beat T.O.? I
the
don't
way
think so.
Ryan looking now, I really believe that's a 50-50.
Oh, you got to see some footage?
Yeah, I seen some footage with I was on FaceTime with
Oh,
Derek
he.
James.
Okay, so he was showing you. Okay, bet.
Yeah. And what people don't realize is Ryan was always a great fighter. He just didn't have good coaching. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
Like he
like
didn't have
Ryan.
coach. Because if you remember in the amateurs, him and Devin went 3-3. So you know they had the same skill sets. They went 3-3. So you got to realize Ryan was good enough to split with Devin. You know what I'm saying? They both won 3 a piece against each other.
Yeah.
So
I
that
think
has
if they fight now, I think Ryan. I think he gets him up out of there. I
like
feel that
right
way.
now, like the footage
Yeah.
I've seen of Ryan becoming Ryan, he guards that chin now. First off, that's the biggest thing. He keeps that chin tucked and he keeps that right hand at home. But one thing he's done developed under Derek James, his right hand has power. Like he didn't even realize it, but now he does that. His right hand has some stank on it now.
He got some stank on it.
Yeah, so he ain't just a left-handed bomber. His right is quick too. Like Derek is developing that boy into a real live dog right now. He's becoming a
Well,
real live dog.
how you feel about the criticism Derek James is receiving?
That's
Well,
another one.
I had just showed
False narratives.
A1 Hoops on. I just showed A1 Hoops on the other day what Derek told me about that shit though. But honestly, Derek ain't worried about it because, like he said, when he was up, there was all on me. Me, like I told Derek though, I kept it 100. I always keep 100 with it. I ain't no fanboy or nothing. You know, I used to be in the industry as well. And you know, I told him, like, bro, you need to get some help in there for real. Because you splitting your time between 5 fighters. You got
Some contenders.
Ryan, you got Anthony Joshua, you got Jamil Charlo, Frank Martin, and Earl Spence. You can't do all that on your own, bro. You
You
can't.
know what
You
I
gotta
think
go.
another issue is too. I don't think like the nutritionist, the strength and conditioning coach. I don't think they work together as a team.
Yeah, you're
And
right.
it's like they can I don't know if they feel like they can handle all of those things separately, but you cannot. Your workout routine needs to be on base with your nutrition, and then your trainer needs to know what's going on so they can know what you
See,
know what I'm
this
saying.
strength,
Like I need to be able to talk to your trainer and be as Derek James talked to Earl Trainer and be like, he needs to
nah, this
strengthen
strength
this and
conditioner
this and that.
right here. This strength and conditioner he has now, he works with Derek James, but he's also a basketball and football nutrition. I mean, strength and conditioner. See, he ain't used to strength and conditioning boxers. That's why if you
And see,
notice in
that's
that fight,
completely different. It's a whole different ball game.
exactly, and that's why if you notice in that boxing match, Earl had not one ab. You didn't see no abs in Earl.
Man, he looked bad all the way around, bro. I ain't never seen
Yeah,
him look like that.
Strong at all.
exactly. And see, I don't know how true it is, so I ain't gonna speak on it. But it's like I think they said Blu-ray and Derek had issues, so you know how I figured it though, because you know Blu-ray was getting all the damn credit for Earl's wins and shit. And you know
Yeah, but
I
you
Derek,
know how
mean,
people talking
but that don't
cold.
I
even
mean, well,
make
Blu-ray don't
sense.
look the
Like this
same like that.
dude is the strength and conditioning
He
coach.
said I
How is
don't.
how he gonna take all the credit? Like, you're the strength and conditioning coach. You're
Because
not the
Earl
trainer.
Spence has knocked out everybody he's fought when he's trained with Blu-ray.
Yeah,
And them
but
are facts though.
you've
Yeah,
made
that's
me
true.
stronger with the skill that Derek has taught me. You still can't take all the
Exactly.
credit.
And
Yeah,
Blu-ray said that. He said, I
but you know,
never took
people
credit
wasn't
for
saying
what
that
goes
though.
on in the ring, but me getting you stronger, yeah, I'm brag on my work. Absolutely. I
Yeah.
mean,
Hey,
Derek
So
say
do it
that again,
when his
Buzz. No,
fighters
say that
succeed.
again.
I'm just saying,
Say that
bro.
again.
He's gonna get you stronger. He should brag on that. And Derek get you fine tuned. He teach you the fundamentals, how to block, how to parry, all that good stuff, how to place your punches, how to sit down on your punches. Yeah. Blu-ray never said, "Oh, I'm the reason why Earl won." No, he said I got him stronger. He was strong. And
he
how they
said, I
fight
make
in
a
that
machine.
gym, you have to
I
be
make machines
conditioned that
out of
way.
men.
You have to be conditioned a certain way to maintain that type of style. Earl didn't look
That
strong at all. It
endurance.
looked like his feet was heavy, his legs was heavy.
Like he was in
Bro,
quicksand.
And the
Yeah,
fact that
bro,
Frank Martin timing was also off in his
exactly.
fight, that
bro.
lets you know that it's in the training. It's something
It's
going
in that
on with the
strength and
training,
conditioner. It's that damn
because you
strength and
cannot
conditioner.
just randomly give people exercises. You need to understand the sport, especially boxing, because this ain't basketball. I'm gonna get you stronger, get you more
Or
explosive.
football.
This ain't that. Or football.
It's the
You
wrong
need
time
Different
to
a
be
muscle groups that
experimenting.
you're using. You got different muscle groups that you got to use to utilize. And he ain't having them utilize the right muscle groups. And that's why Frank Martin was looking so sluggish in his damn fight. Like the dude was
I
supposed to be
agree.
a top nutritionist for football and basketball, but it's boxing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
It's
boxing. It's
boxing.
a whole
yeah.
different animal.
It's a whole different animal. It's a whole different animal. And a lot of a lot of these people don't really understand. A lot of these trainers, I feel like Blu-ray, he obviously understands boxing.
He knows Earl's body for 7 years too.
Yeah.
And
And
yeah,
Blu-ray
and he
trained other
knows the
boxers
athlete.
too.
Blu-ray did he spend some time in jail? I'm
I
not
don't
sure if he
know.
did or I'm not sure if he did, but I know they be having big time circuits up in there. And if he was, because I remember him say like he expanded some of his training habits up inside a facility. I don't know what facility he was talking about, but if it was that, then I'm pretty sure he been familiar with what makes you more efficient and more effective as a puncher to still have your mobility and your agility, but have
Oh
endurance
no,
and strength and pop.
Blu-ray had Earl in the best possible condition he could ever be in.
Oh hell yeah, he ain't like a
Blu-ray,
machine.
Blu-ray is better than that Darius Gilliard guy. Blu-ray is a damn artiste. He's like Picasso when it comes to strength and conditioning. And he knows Earl's body fine-tuned down to the T because he's been working with Earl for so long. And he knows what Earl's body reacts to and what Earl's body is good with. You know what I'm saying? He knows all of that.
Yeah,
So,
I agree, and I believe like what you and Bud said. Like he never once said he had a problem with Earl Spence, and likewise, he never said Earl Spence is winning because of me. So that kind of leads
but
into
you know how
believe what you
egos get
said
to it.
was
Egos get
Derek
to
James
it.
had a problem with him.
So do y'all think
Yeah,
Derek James' ego is that big? Because I heard him do an interview, and he basically said, because they're like, oh, who you think such and such should fight next? And he's like, I don't handle that. I just train them. Boom, you come in here for your two
Yeah,
hours, we train.
that's not yeah, he don't handle that aspect. But he handles all the getting ready aspect. You feel what I'm saying?
The game
And,
plan,
and,
yeah.
and you know, Derek, like when Kenny Porter said, "Yeah, I trained Earl in the Olympics."
Yeah, he got pissed.
You see how Derek got pissed? And, nah, you didn't. Earl's been my fighter. You know, Derek, he possessive over Earl. You feel what I'm saying? Like, nah, you didn't train Earl. I was training Earl. You know, like Derek James, he was taking that Earl Spence seriously. You feel what I'm saying?
oh
Like,
yeah,
Yeah, he been with him his whole career.
yeah, but you know when a mother say, and people were sitting there saying, and if you didn't pay attention, you weren't paying attention. But people were sitting there saying, man, Blu-ray got Earl ready to win. Like Earl, man, Blu-ray got Earl tough. Like that's all they kept saying. They wasn't saying shit about Derek James. And you know, Derek James got passed over for trainer of the year all them times. And you know, as soon as he get rid of Blu-ray, he gets trainer of the year. I'm not saying it's a coincidence, but as soon as he gets rid of Blu-ray, what happens? Trainer of the year. And you know, like I just wish they both could work together. And see, Earl Spence's
they
dad
got
when
it,
he
boy.
got Blu-ray for the Pacquiao fight.
Yeah, he was supposed to
Yeah,
train with him for the
yeah.
Danny fight.
You seen how he looked when he was going through that training, man,
Earl's
that dude looked like a
dad,
machine.
Earl's dad went and got Blu-ray for the Pacquiao fight.
Yep.
See, they didn't think Bud was that great. That's why they didn't go to the extent that they did for the Pacquiao fight, honestly. And that was a mistake.
Well,
But
that and what you said about what's her name? He stayed at that division too long. He
oh yeah,
waited
he
too
did.
long.
He
And
could
then
have
you,
still
like I
been
said, you
strong
just
enough
can't.
though, man.
You
could
got
have
to
still
realize
been
that
strong.
you got to realize that your car, you just can't motherfucking hop off a layoff like that and think you can still cut that weight like that and still think you're gonna perform optimally like that.
Yeah.
Now you've been getting away with it all this time, but you still a man. You still human. And Father Time is always undefeated, and it showed him. And after the pride comes the fall, and that's why Earl said, "I know what happened." You know, hold on, she fell off. And that's why Earl said, "I know what happened to me." You know, so Earl know what the problem was. He didn't start that car up, and when he tried to rehydrate, his body didn't react the way he wanted it to
Oh,
because
that's
And I
sitting down, man. And
and
that
I
pit.
think a lot. I don't want to feel like
you
I
gotta
don't know why
realize.
people keep saying, oh, they took Bud too lightly. I don't think they took Bud too lightly. Nobody expected Bud to come in there looking like that.
No,
No,
they
He's
first
definitely
of
never
all, I'm gonna
ever
tell you
underestimated him
looked
like
though.
like
They
this.
that.
they
No,
underestimated him for
listen,
sure.
listen. They took Bud too light. Let me tell you why. Because PBC seen what Bud did. Bud didn't want to come in there a year off a layoff.
Yep.
He got that damn tune-up in. They begged Earl to get the tune-up. They begged Earl to get the tune-up in. But Earl, he had that pride. He told me, I don't need a tune-up. He said, I can stop. And look, man, you've only been in one fight in 3 years. Take the fucking tune-up, dude. But there go pride.
Yeah.
You ain't threw a punch in one fight in 3 years. You ain't had to make weight but one time in 3 years.
Yeah, nah, you
How
right
do you
about
know what
that.
your body gonna react to?
Yeah.
Yeah, you right about that. That was a long time for you not to have to
Yeah,
make weight.
cutting weight is dangerous.
Hell yeah. You diet down to the way. You don't just cut it.
Yeah, but no, cutting weight is dangerous, and you
Yeah.
haven't did it but once in 3 years. You don't, and now you in the 30s now. You don't know what's gonna happen to your body, how your body's gonna react.
And that's why your strength and conditioning coach and your nutritionist, like they all should understand that. These are
And he never
professionals.
worked with him. That was
And that's why
dangerous to
Blu-ray made that
experiment.
video. And that's why Blu-ray made that video and said any and everything that could have went wrong did go wrong in that training camp.
Yeah.
He said it all went wrong in that training camp.
You think that's
He
the way to
said,
get back on roster though, bro? Because I mean, you don't want to attack somebody who already sensitive about the fact that he ain't getting his credit, his proper due.
okay,
Because
but
he
see,
should have got. He
but
should have
see, it's,
gotten.
at the end of the day, Earl Spence is the one in charge. At the end of the day, Earl Spence got to bring them both together and be like, look, you
Man,
my
that's a
coach,
fact.
you my strength and conditioning.
And
Plus,
that's how
I
we
feel like
rocking.
Derrick James, he wants the best for Earl. And he see what the best for Earl is. So, you know, and he see the backlash that he got. So I feel like that he'll get along with the program. You know what I'm saying? Like, Earl has to make that happen, though. Earl has to
Yeah.
facilitate that.
Yeah. And
Because
that's
So
Derrick,
that's the
when
thing
when
though.
you talking to Derek, he's receptive to what you're saying.
what the fuck do you, I mean, why would I talk to him if he wasn't?
Not that he's not receptive, but maybe
Derek
that's the
not a
wrong
defensive
word.
guy. He's
That's
not
the
a
wrong
defensive
word.
guy.
She mean, do she listen to when you give him advice or things like what? Like you
Take
say
heed to
what
what
you
you're
think.
saying.
Hold
Yeah.
on 1 second, y'all. I'm going to do something I shouldn't even do, but hold on. Hold on.
I mean, cause you know how you talk to people and they just like, yeah, yeah, yeah. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying like he disrespectful or nothing
Yeah,
like
I
that.
feel
I'm
what
just
you're
saying
talking about.
like, yeah. Because I'm sure a lot of people talk to Derek. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, me and him be having conversations. Like, he be giving me things to do videos on and all that type of shit, you know, like,
Yeah, okay, that's what's up. That's what's up.
yeah, me and him
Derek's
talk
a
all
cool
the time.
dude, man.
Yeah, he a cool dude, and I feel him
They
on
just gotta
being.
slice the humble pie, nothing major. They
Yeah,
gotta
that's
get back
right.
right, bro. I mean, this is what it is.
That is what it is, because
Gotta get
that
right.
wasn't right.
Going
That
against the
wasn't right.
grain never benefited nobody.
Yo, bud, when he walked into the ring, I was like, "What the fudge is this?" Even
He
the
was
rapper didn't
dehydrated,
have
man.
no energy.
His
I ain't,
eyes was
I ain't
puffy.
about to, I ain't about to put out like no personal shit, but just to show real quick. Like, see, you see, like me and him talk all the damn time, though. You see,
Oh yeah.
all right.
Yeah, I mean,
See,
he
that's what I'm
understand it
saying.
comes with the territory. You know what I'm saying? You lose. Oh, Derek should be fired. Derek this, Derek that. Now they saying
Nah,
Derek
no,
don't
she
watch
was asking.
film.
Like a lot of the shit we talk about ain't for everybody's eyes, but like she was asking, was he receptive?
No,
And I'm
okay,
like,
You
okay.
yeah, we have conversations on the daily. You feel what I'm saying? Like, that's my
yeah
guy. You know, I promote his people. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I be getting
yeah.
30,000 views on some
Earl
of them
gonna
videos.
bounce back, man. I don't. You know, I'm not
Like some of the
worried
videos I
about that.
got like
Hey, I just
30,000.
did a video about Derek Up. Tell him to watch it.
Yeah, I be talking like, but see, that's what I be saying. Like, I mean, he's a humble guy, but you know, everybody has pride, though. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like, you can't
yeah.
blame a person. Pride is pride. You know, like, and even the best of us fall into that pride trap. You know what I'm
And
saying?
them
Like,
brothers just gotta have a conversation so there's no misunderstanding
and you
and get it
know,
right.
Blu-ray a prideful person too, though. So you
Very
know,
prideful.
so
Very
you know,
prideful.
you probably wasn't making it even easier either. Like,
Yeah,
Right, right.
given the
each
recent
story
rash
has
of
three
videos he
sides.
unleashed.
Each story has three sides. You got his side, and the truth. You know
You
what I'm
just gotta
saying?
sit down and talk
Well,
like men.
anytime you're working with people that are leaders and people that have a champion
Yeah, there's
mindset,
a lot of alphas.
it's not that they're going to be difficult to work with, but they're going to be difficult to work with because of their personality type. And you got to know how to deal and work with people like that.
You need a team though, you know?
Yeah,
You gotta have a
you gotta
team.
have a team, but you know it's always one who wants to get the shine, though. Like,
The fighters should get the shine.
yeah, the fighter's supposed to, but like,
Like, we don't even know who Bud Team is. We don't know who Bud Team is for real.
nah.
Well,
See,
I
you
don't.
see, no.
I don't.
I'm gonna tell you one thing that motherfucking Bomac does. He makes sure every one of them teammates, Garcia, Gonzalez, all of them. He makes sure everybody gets the same shine.
Yep.
And that's one thing I can respect about Bo Mac. He said, I got a team around me. It's not just me. And that's why every time they talk, he will make sure he shined the light on
He
everybody
Saul and
that
Coach Red.
his whole team.
Yeah.
He shined the light
Hey,
on his whole team. What up? What up?
did you ask like I don't want you to share, but did he give you any kind of leeway on whether or not they pursuing that rematch like ASAP or they
I
gonna
told you
Yeah,
that
take?
I came out and told y'all that rematch ain't next.
Okay, got you,
I be trying to tell y'all stuff without telling y'all stuff, but a lot of people don't
got
listen
you,
to what I be saying. Like, I be
got
trying to
you.
be subtle about it, but I told y'all that rematch ain't next.
I kind of
All right.
figured that.
I kind of figured it as
In a
well
dramatic
too.
fashion, how he lost. Yeah, I kind of figured that one day.
Plus, he
But
gotta get like shit. Even Espinosa done lost faith in Earl. Like, they don't realize, like, they watch boxing, but they don't watch boxing. You feel what I'm saying? Like, they don't realize Earl, the weight issue. That's why they try to build it back up, and so they can use that angle. They want to use that angle because that's why I say Earl need to fight either Tim Tszyu or Brian Castano and stop them in dramatic fashion.
with Tim Zoo fighting in October against Mendoza, that just got
Yeah,
announced.
Mendoza, that's gonna be a great scrap right there. I picked Brian Mendoza though. I'm
And
Yeah,
it,
I
picking
think
Brian
what
Mendoza.
you
I
doing?
think Mendoza knocking him out too.
And the only reason I
Tim Zoo
picked
just
Brian
too
Mendoza,
straight up
right?
and down, huh?
Tim Tszyu is a basic ass fighter. Like, Tim
Yeah,
Tszyu
straight
is
up and
basic as
down.
fuck. And people don't realize it, but yeah, Tim Tszyu knocked out Ocampo in one round. But how did he do it? All he did was throwing haymakers. Yeah, Tim Tszyu knocked out Tony Harrison. Tony Harrison had already been destroyed by Charlo. Tony Harrison almost lost the fight after that to Garcia.
He
Tony
damn near.
Harrison was
I mean, you want to be honest? He lost to Brian Perella, but they gave it a draw.
that's a
Yeah,
fact.
and you know that Sergio Garcia, he lost that fight.
Yeah.
The fight right before Tim
Man,
Tszyu lost.
and the night before the fight, they said it was speculation that him and Alicia was going 12 rounds.
Yeah.
They was going heavyweight rounds too. I don't know how true that was, but if that was true, he definitely didn't have no legs in that fight. And that was
Nah,
a small
see,
ring too.
and then
Woo!
that's what I'm about to say. Then they put him in a 12 foot box.
Man, they put him in a Rubik's Cube.
Yeah, it was a 12-foot box. And see, that's why I be telling people like Tony Harrison ain't no big time. Like he was ruined after the Charlo knockout and after the death in his family.
Yeah, father. Yeah, yeah. Oh hell yeah.
Yeah. So he was
Definitely.
ruined after that. But then you gonna put him in that little ass Rubik's Cube to fight in, like you
Yeah,
said.
Tony is a boxer.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
he's a
Tony is a
boxer.
boxer.
He
Pure
has to
boxer.
have space. He has to have space. And Tim Tszyu knows that. And so Tim Tszyu
I
took
was,
away his biggest attribute, his legs.
I was
Yep.
shocked that it went eight. Went what, 8 rounds? I was shocked that it even
Yeah, I
went
thought
eight,
he
man.
took it over in like the second when he was catching on him. And then after that, Tim Tszyu fight
Ocampo.
Ocampo that just went into war with Fundora. That just had a hell of a war with Fundora. That man lost boxing years off of that. Just like
Yeah,
he was
yeah.
in that war for 1 round with Earl Spence. He took so much punishment in 1 round, he lost 5 years of his boxing career. And so all Tim Tszyu did was what anybody could do against Ocampo. He just came in throwing haymakers, and Ocampo has no head movement. So Ocampo got hit with a fucking haymaker. And I don't
Bro,
care
there
what
was one
he did.
segment in the fight where my man was running, throwing punches, and he was running away from him, bro. It just didn't look right. That the whole aesthetics of that fight didn't look good.
Bro, he hit that nigga with a Superman punch. Look, Tim Tszyu hit that nigga with a Superman punch, bro.
That
And
was
look,
crazy,
Ocampo
man.
has no defense.
Yeah, he don't have
Fundora
no
hit that
heat.
nigga 1,000 fucking times. Ocampo has no defense. And it showed. And Tim Tszyu seen it. But now, Tim Tszyu going up against a boxer, his defense ain't the best, but his style has improved. And that motherfucker was in the ring 12 rounds with Jesus Ramos. And people forget, Jesus Ramos called out Tim Tszyu. And Tim Tszyu people said he wasn't ready yet. But you called out
He ain't
Charlo.
ready for him.
You called out Charlo, but you don't want Ramos because Ramos will fuck up your goddamn bag. Because if he get in the ring with
Yeah.
that Ramos gonna do it bad. You know what I'm saying? He don't
Yeah.
want to fuck up everything that he thought and wish he could have. You know what I'm saying? Because Ramos not gonna play with him. Ramos
Yo,
gonna
your boy Mendoza caught your boy Fondura with the meanest 3-piece combo. That bad boy had like a delay on that third piece, but when it hit, boy, whew, he went to the next round.
Dora didn't want no more of that.
I
Yeah.
don't even think Findora
He
knew where
shook
he
his
was
head
at
like,
that point in
nah,
time.
I ain't getting up from that.
But see, after Mendoza lost to Ramos, that was iron sharpening iron.
Yeah,
That loss to
that was a good
Ramos was
fight.
the best thing that ever happened to him. He learned so much in that fight. And he learned a lot about himself because people thought he was going downtown. But that man fought through that fight. So Tim Tszyu stopping him, I don't think so. And see, Mendoza has some pop too, though. I watched him take out Jason Rosario, you know, the former unified 154 champion. The one Charlo stopped with the body. He stopped him at 160. Moved down to 154, stopped Fundora. And now he's fighting Tim Tszyu. And see, Tim Tszyu, he thinking, okay, Brian Mendoza been stopped he been beat. I'm about to take him. And what he don't realize is Brian Mendoza has got a new lease on life in boxing. Brian Mendoza ain't about to play with him. Brian Mendoza gonna be the hardest fight that he's done had. And I'm gonna tell you like this. Brian Mendoza has deceptive punching power. So if you think Brian Mendoza's a slow leak if he want to, Brian Mendoza gonna fuck that nigga up. Watch what I tell you. And he gonna be
It's
like,
gonna definitely be a good fight.
and he gonna be like, damn, what happened?
Fireworks.
Jalen.
But yeah, I think like you said though, man. I mean, they need to come together. They need to come together and they need to work together. Cause them two together, along with Spence, boy, they can right that ship real quick.
Yeah, the recipe was perfect, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's bad that it took for a bad loss like this to happen
Yeah, hold on.
because of two dudes who not even in the ring fighting.
Hey,
That
Exactly.
y'all
made it
cook for a
worse.
second for me. Y'all go ahead and cook for a second. I need 1 minute.
Nah, but yeah, that's just my thing. I understand Derek pride and like Upper said, like when Kenny Porter was like, "Oh, I trained Earl in the Olympics." Derek James, you didn't train her, I trained her. You know what I'm saying? So that was a power struggle. But it's like don't let that get in the way of the greatness of your fighter, man. Because at the end of the day, Earl is the one in there getting hit and throwing punches. So you want him
But
at
if I'm
least at his top peak before he even get in the ring. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah, no, you're right. And I thought like for the record, I thought that he was like an advisor as a trainer on that Olympic squad. I thought that's what Kenny Porter was.
And I
Like,
don't. I know he was at like in Colorado doing the trials and stuff, working with certain fighters doing the Olympics.
oh,
Nah,
okay.
Kenny Porter was the Olympic coach though. He was
Oh,
coaching the
okay.
kids in the
Yeah,
Olympics. You
yeah.
know,
Oh, okay.
but Derek James trained before he got to the Olympics. But while you in the
Right.
Olympics, you know, Kenny Porter was the coach for the Olympic team.
Right.
So,
Fair enough.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
so you know, he's in the corner training. I mean, he called the fight for Spence, do all the fights. You know, because that's the coach. But Derek James said, "Nigga, I trained him before that. Like all you
Right.
doing is coaching."
Hey,
Derek
I
James
gotta
is real
check out,
protective.
man. But it's been a pleasure, man. Thanks for allowing me up here. And it's been a real good cook. I appreciate Smoking Bud and 2 Cents. You guys came up here and did a phenomenal job, bro. So, and
Give me the salute, King. Salute. Jermaine Woods, salute.
I'm gonna put this link in before I have to go though. You guys
Hey,
keep cooking though.
hey,
What's
let
up?
me ask the old boy's question. Jermaine Woods, Terrence Crawford paying the team. You know, you got one guy's a cut man, one is a trainer. Like each of them got their own specific role,
Yeah.
but they all get paid. You know, that's how they do that. Plus, Cameron Duncan, he gets money off of Bud every fight for his whole career. Cameron Duncan, he put Bud in a fucked up ass damn deal. He did
Who
like
is
Eddie
Cameron
Hearn,
Duncan?
The dude
huh?
who working with Boots now,
Yeah,
the
he
manager,
did him like Eddie Hearn did AJ with one of them lifetime deals, boy.
straight 360.
Yep. And he can't even get out of that thing. He done been in that thing for over 15 years.
Who is this?
Yep, I mean it's what you signed for. But see, that's how they be getting our fighters, man. They catch our fighters young, and you know,
Yeah.
without no guidance, and then put the hoo-yow on them. You feel me?
Yeah.
But a lot of these boxers don't listen either. Like it's almost like in order to be a boxer, you gotta not listen. And I'm gonna be honest with y'all, I have both of my sons box, and they don't listen. And I don't understand what it is. It's like you have
No.
to have that trait to be a boxer.
Well, you know, Bud, his family was poor, so you know he had to sign for that little bit of check because you know he had to help out. So you know I can understand that. And see, they always exploiting our young boxers. That's what happens.
Yeah.
Our young boxers get exploited, just like our young musicians. Like they always catch the ones that's in need, that
I
ain't
mean, is
really
this
got no
stuff
sense
happening
of.
to black folks, or is you just done like this in this industry? Period.
I mean, you see when Oscar did the Ryan Garcia.
Yeah, that's true.
Ryan Garcia,
And
he tried to.
Canelo,
Canelo said, "Fuck that." He
he tried
said,
to play
"Fuck that."
Canelo.
He was stealing from Canelo. Like Canelo said, that man done stole over 60 million from him.
Woo, shit.
Yeah, why you think Canelo left his
Yeah.
ass?
Oscar's a piece of shit when it comes to promoting
You
fight.
know, when all that stuff, a lot of stuff. Like I've always liked boxing and watched boxing, but I was never like hardcore.
I
Like, let me
never
find
know
out about the
fight.
contracts and what's going on. I recently just got like that the last few years. So a lot of that stuff that was going on like a couple years ago, I wasn't really understanding. I would hear about it, but I wasn't understanding. You know what I'm saying?
Awesome.
I was a casual, so to speak.
Oscar was a hell of a fighter, but he's a sucky ass businessman. I'm telling you that. And Oscar could have been the damn greatest boxing promoter, the biggest company ever. Just think if Golden Boy PBC was the same thing. That's what
Yeah, but
Oscar
they
had.
would be taking over.
That was what Oscar had.
They would have their own belt and everything, probably.
Yeah, they had the ring belt. The ring is owned by Golden Boy.
Damn.
Ring Magazine is owned by Golden Boy.
Yeah. So upper echelon, what you think about Earl versus Virgil next year AT&T Stadium?
Earl versus Virgil, or Earl
Yeah.
versus Castano, or Earl versus Tim. Well, nah, it
I
ain't
want
gonna
to see Castano.
He been out for a year and some change though.
be. Yeah, because Castano was the last person to beat Earl besides Bud. Yeah, yeah. I think Virgil will be a great fight.
So you don't think Earl coming back by December of this year? Or he's gonna come back early next year, like in February or something.
I think he's gonna come back probably the beginning of this year. He might come back at the end of this year, but I don't know. I
I
really
know he
don't,
better do.
honestly.
He better not spit out like that no more. Like that has to be done with.
I
That no
can't do
tune up
that.
talk.
Yeah, he can't do none of that. Like I said, Earl know where he messed up at. You know, Earl know where he messed up at.
It just sucks for all the hard headedness to catch you at this moment. You know, in your biggest moment, it's like it all just caught up to you
That
and slapped you in
stubbornness,
the face.
man. I said it when he turned down. I'm like, I understand Keith Thurman didn't give you a title shot and all that, but go whoop his ass, make him pay for it. PBC gave you a special request to keep your belts at 47 and go to 54. I understand you don't want to, fluctuate between weight classes, but damn, man, you messed out on a payday and a nice little tune up.
He should have just.
Oh, go
But
ahead. I was listening to y'all talk. Go ahead and cook.
oh yeah, I mean he. But that's what make you kind of suspicious. Like what's really going on? Like why didn't he really take a fight?
He
Because I
thought he
feel
could.
like
He thought
you
he could
should know
treat.
better, bro.
He thought he could treat Crawford like Ugas and Danny. Well, that's a different beast right there. Crawford didn't treat you like no slouch. If that's the case, he would have fought you, after the Porter fight, after you beat Ugas. He like, no, I need a tune-up. Crawford was too prideful to admit it, but he wasn't prideful to do it. He knew he needed another fight. He knew that.
Crawford was also doing some strategic things, also.
Yeah,
Just throwing
it
it
was
out
a
there too.
competitive advantage. Any fighter gonna look for that. He used Earl hunger and desire to be undisputed against him.
Yeah,
Crawford would have
absolutely.
been like, fuck it, I don't give a fuck about you needing undisputed. I don't care. If I don't get what I want, you ain't getting this belt.
I mean, when he walked away from that fight, Earl should have just moved on, man.
Yeah.
But let's say Earl moved on and moved up to 154. What fight would have been his biggest payday?
That I don't know. I understand what you're saying, but that I don't know. I mean, I understand. It's business. These dudes got to get paid. And he's a pay-per-view fighter. If he wasn't going to move up and fight Charlo, who was he going to move up and fight on pay-per-view?
Exactly.
And like upper echelon says, I mean, Keith Thurman talking about still standing at 47 trying to get a belt. So, I mean, but like I said, man, it's unfortunate how shit happened, but it is what it is.
Yeah, it's unfortunate that we still where we was at before the fight. Or me personally, I'm still where I'm at before the fight. I still want to see Terrence Crawford and Earl Spence fight.
Yeah, that ain't gonna be next. I kind of knew it in the fashion that he lost. I don't think his people around him, besides Derek, probably, because like he said, he'll never get over. So eventually they got to fight. But you don't want Crawford getting a Charlo or Canelo fight. You know what I'm saying? He gaining more leverage over you because not only did he beat you, but he is going to potentially fight the winner of Charlo Canelo. So he say. We don't know.
I was just about to say, so Smoking Bud, you think
I don't
he is
know.
really about to go fight?
I don't know.
Like
I mean,
I don't, and it's just funny to me how people just fall for it. Like, oh, he gonna knock out Canelo. So y'all think y'all Charlo gonna struggle with Canelo, but Bud just gonna move up 3 weight classes and beat him.
yeah, I was about to say. So he say. He just saying all those things, but I
Hello.
definitely think.
She
Yeah.
just cut out, didn't she?
I'm here. Hello.
Oh, okay. You just stopped talking. I was like, what the hell? But see, what I was gonna say, right? Bud needs to fight Thurman. Period. I think that's why Thurman pulled out the Udanis Ugas fight. Cause see, Ugas is on the card to fight September 30th versus Mario Barrios, and see that's for an interim title, WBC interim title right there. So, like I say, when you lose the tank, you get the doors open for you because, like I
Yeah.
said, Rolly lost the tank. Next fight, for a damn title belt. That Eastside Cruz lose the Tank. Now he the Mexican Mike Tyson now. Like the man, it's like when Floyd beat Canelo. That's his biggest fight, and it was a loss, one hand, and it wasn't even his dominant hand.
Right.
He beat this nigga with his
And you keep
offhand.
going in and out. Up. I don't know if that's me.
You know what I'm saying? He beat this man with his offhand. Then he's now the Mexican Mike Tyson. Now he's the damn mandatory and all this right there. He ducking everybody fade because he won't tank.
They just want
That's
a
probably
payday, man. Because I don't.
me. He ducking everybody fade. He ain't fighting nobody but Tank. If it ain't Tank, he ain't trying to fight. Like nigga, you can't sit there and say shit like that. Like you haven't put in the work to do that.
Yep. Like
Like
who have you
I
fought
want to
and
see
beat?
Pitbull versus De La Santos, the winner get Tank. How about that?
Who Frank Martin gonna fight next, man? That's what I
Yeah,
thought he
and
was gonna
see,
fight.
And I'm
crowded.
gonna be
He
honest. I
wants the
don't like
East Side
that. I
fight
don't like the
because hell,
Shakur Frank
they
Martin fight.
lose 6,000. They thinking they give East Side $1 million, maybe $2 million. Keep him.
Yeah, that's the
Even
thing.
bigger
I
was
see.
$5 before he Tank fight. Tank
Yeah,
about East Side Cruz walked away with 600,000. They on a Shakur fight. Yeah, but Shakur is supposed to be fighting Frank Martin. They working on it now. I would him
yeah.
get Keyshawn Davis for.
Nah,
See, I
Bob's
feel like
still good
Keyshawn
in
Davis
man.
fight Frank with him because Frank might be 18-0. Frank started slow. He started late, so he ran on it. You know what I'm saying? Frank hit his shit as he's learning as he go. You know, the man knocked out. I mean, huh? Hello. You say, bro? Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, I heard you.
Put a one in the chat if y'all can hear me. Oh, okay. What did you have said, bro?
Nah, I said it.
You had said something, but oh, you might be talking background or something. But yeah, damn, what the hell was I saying?
By Frank Martin, Keyshawn.
Oh yeah, like Frank Martin, he's fighting hard fighters like Hardium, Mariez, Ali Rivera. Like Frank Martin is fighting the fighters that can evolve his game,
Yeah,
and
he's
I feel
being
like
developed.
yeah, he's being developed, and I
That's the
feel like
perfect
Keyshawn Davis will bring a
sport
lot of
league.
different dimensions that Frank hasn't seen. You feel me? And like Frank sparred with Tank a few times. You feel me? But hell, Frank can fight Tank. Shit, he already said he'd do it. He said he sparred with Tank, and if Frank lose, he still become a bigger star. Everybody else do that fight Tank become a bigger star, especially if it's
Frank should
competitive.
definitely fight. That should be the next
Look at
fight.
Mario
Forget
Barrios.
Easter
He lose
Cruz.
to Tank. Yeah. Look at that Mario Barrios. He get knocked out by Tank. Then he get a title eliminator versus Keith Thurman. Now he's getting an interim title shot against Jadanis Ugas. Rolly got a title. For the east side of Mike Tyson. Leo Santa Cruz get a big payday and he's still the champion. Hector Garcia got a payday. He's still the champion. They talk about
I don't
making
think
Hector
Hector Garcia
Garcia and
fighting
Leo
no
Santa
more. I think he's been
Cruz.
suspended indefinitely.
I think he supposed to be fighting Lamont Roach or something like that.
Nah, he's
Hector
the
Garcia?
130 champ. Yeah, he about to fight coming up.
Oh, okay.
You get suspended after every fight, especially if you done got
Yeah,
stopped.
yeah.
That's why Earl, he suspended until I think around October. Like he's suspended for 3 months. Like he can't be
October
seen in a
28th, I
boxing
think they
gym
said.
for 3 months or 3 to 4 months. And that's why, huh?
So ain't no way we having no rematch in December.
Nah.
And every time they say suspended indefinitely. That's what they
Oh, okay.
say.
Okay.
Exactly. Plus, they don't want to put that on right now. And, and see, Thurman just pulled from the damn Ugas fight. And that was a fight that was made. Ugas. But Al Haymon's about his
Oh,
bread. He don't give a damn. And he wants to give Thurman at least one more pay drought in the damn COVID shit, even though he turned down a fight. So Thurman versus Crawford. So Thurman
I could see
versus
Crawford fighting
Crawford
Thurman, but
still a
then
good
it's like,
fight. That's what
dude,
Crawford
you
called
still
for when he
not
first got
fighting
to the
top
division.
competition that they bet.
You said Thurman was the man up there.
Crawford gonna do
Y'all
all
make
this
sure y'all
calling
smash that like
Canelo
button
out,
for me if
calling
y'all don't mind
Canelo
as
out,
well.
and then he's gonna be
But
fighting
also,
Thurman next. And
he
Thurman
talking
ain't
about
fought
he
in
ain't
how long?
Spence. He said he getting there mix it up with him. Okay, and I have no problem with that because Crawford is building his brand. Before he fought Earl, he sold 15. He said less than 15,000 with BLK Prime. That right there pushed his stock down. So I always figured Crawford was like a 75 to 100,000 pay-per-view type of fighter, right? That's why Sean Porter got 40% as the mandatory on a 75-25 split. They gave Sean Porter 40% because of the numbers that Sean and Earl did. Sean is a bona fide, and hell, him and Terrence only did like 180,000. You feel me? Now, Terrence has been doing everything. Terrence has been doing everything that a great star's supposed to do now. He he's knocking people out. That's what people want. He's knocked out everybody. He done stopped everybody he's been in the ring with at 147. Now he's doing them interviews that people say he wouldn't do. You see his face everywhere right now. He's riding this wave. And see, right now, I think he done moved to 100 paper. I put him in that ball range right now. And so does Showtime PBC. So if he does a pay-per-view fight, they're going to be good because he's going to make at least 200,000. 150,000 is breaking even. No, 150,000 is breaking
I
even if
mean,
you're
we
doing a
that
$60
sounds good,
pay-per-view.
but I don't know if he's crossed over like that, like that.
Oh, people definitely gonna tune into his next fight
I
with
didn't
this
say he
Earl Spence
crossed over.
fight.
I didn't say he crossed over like that. I said he's a $200,000 to $250,000 buy.
Yeah.
That's not crossing over. Like Earl does about 253 in his sleep. You feel me? Nobody know Ugas. Or unless you hardcore boxing fan. But
Yeah, that makes sense.
if Crawford and Thurman fight, I don't care what you say, that's a 500,000 buy fight right there. Thurman has did big, you feel what I'm saying? And that's because people didn't think Pacquiao still had it. And Pacquiao came back and won. Hell, Pacquiao and Ugas only did 300 and something thousand. Because Ugas had no name. So Earl did almost as much as Pacquiao did with Ugas. So Earl, that shows you his power of his name. So, like I said, with Crawford beating Earl, you saw with the glasses and stuff. Oh, I sound like a robot Kawhi. Hold on.
You sound good. Nah, that was a while ago.
Oh, let me see if this is better. Oh, okay. My my damn comments is froze. Oh yeah, Thurman and Bud's gonna be a great fight. And I think that's a 50-50 fight for real, for real. Because one thing you can say, Thurman has power in both hands. That's for one. Nardy Crash, salute, King, salute. Hey, is Nardy Crash is he rinsed up? Hey, Smoking Bud.
Yeah, what it do?
Look and see if it's Nardy Crash wrenched up. I can't really see from my phone.
Yeah, he got a rent.
Oh, okay. All right. Just making sure. I thought I was gonna have to get to my other device. I can't wrench people up on this device right here. It won't let me. But yeah, what was I talking about?
You were saying Thurman will be a good fight for Crawford,
Oh
but
Thurman.
when
yeah,
the last time Thurman fought? What was Thurman's last fight?
February of last year
that
against
that
Barrios.
whole boy salute King Mario Barrios 3 months before Earl.
I'm paying attention to this.
But Thurman has been
The
sparring a
last
lot.
time they fought more now than I used to, because I see that really matters.
It ain't. It's not that though. I mean, yeah, it's that right there. But it's the last time they fought, plus the fact that you struggling to make a weight that you've been in it for 12 years. Most fighters doesn't move weight when you damn people calling you a middleweight. You draining yourself.
Who you talking about, Thurman?
Thurman, Thurman has power. Now I got Bud winning, but I'm saying it's gonna be a great fight. Thurman got power in both hands. Like he's fast too, and he's a
Thurman is a boxer. You know what I'm saying? Like, people don't realize how good he moves in the ring.
I just feel like Thurman way past his prime at this point.
He just can't take a body shot to save his life, bro. You target Thurman midsection, it's over for him. Shit, I almost thought he got his head knocked off versus Riverside Rocky Josecito Lopez before he fought Pacquiao. I'm like, goodness gracious. Yeah, Thurman can't take no body shot, man. He has zero pain tolerance.
What is that about? Like, you can't fix that?
It's just pain tolerance. You just gotta eat it. If a person hits you with a good gut
Man,
shot,
they gotta be true. You a boxer, you can't take no shots to
I
the
mean,
stomach.
you can strengthen your core. That's about it. But you still got to be able to deal with the aftershock. Like Crawford hit Earl with a body shot. Like it took the life out of Earl.
Man, every shot damn near took the life out of Earl.
Yeah, he had zero punch resistance.
I mean, I never seen nothing like Earl's been traumatized his whole fan base. I got on live the next day. People was like, "Man, I couldn't even go to work today."
Damn. Yeah, I was definitely in shock on how he lost. But I always felt Crawford could beat him. Earl could beat Crawford. They's the only two people that I want to see fight. But in that fashion, it was just a wash. And I'm
That
an
was
Earl
the
Spence
issue.
fan.
Yeah, that was the issue. Like, a lot of people keep being like, "Oh, y'all making excuses," and nobody is
Nah,
saying this
nah.
or they Bud won because we're not saying that. If Bud would have won and it was a competitive fight, we would have been like, "Cool," you know what I'm saying? But it's just the fact that it was a shutout. We like, what the hell?
Yeah, and
How could we be so wrong?
yeah, and the fans that saying that don't believe that. They don't believe. They did not call him dominating Earl like that. Nah, them the same ones talking about it was 50-50. The same ones. They was both undefeated. You know, so miss me with all that. But Crawford did his thing. Salute to him. People want to see how Earl gonna shake back, myself
Yeah,
included. I don't
I
think it's
mean,
over for him, but he just got to shake back, man. You got to get back with Blu-ray, stay in that gym, and don't be trying to switch shit up in your training regimen. I didn't get him going out to Vegas some weeks out before the fight. I understand Frank Martin had to fight, and Derek is out there with him. But yeah, I mean, you really ain't even sparring 2 weeks before your fight anyway. You just doing minor strength conditioning, hitting the pads in the bag, cutting that weight.
and I don't understand why he was out there running in that Vegas heat in the mountains. Like, that's not something you just go do. Like, your body got to recover from that. You got to get
Yeah,
used to that. You got to get accustomed to that. The altitude is different. That was a horrible idea.
it was just a. I ain't gonna say it was just a bad camp, but some things went wrong unusually, and he had to do what he had to do to make the weight.
Yeah, I feel that. I feel
But
that.
I got a cousin that stay in Plano. He was telling me, he called me about 4 days before the fight. He's like, "You betting on the fight?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "You betting with Earl?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "Bro, don't bet on Earl." I'm like, "Why not?" He's like, "I ain't gonna say too much, but I'm gonna hit you up after the fight." He hit me up after the fight.
Oh
He's like, "I
man,
told you
what?
so." Nah, I'm dead
But
ass. I'm dead ass.
but see, I
He
seen
still never
Earl
said why.
why
when
they
they
on
showed
phone?
Earl running in the mountains with those black shorts on. I don't know if you seen that clip. I
He
looked
had
at my
on
husband
jogging pants and a long john. I know what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
he
and
did
I
a damn
I
run that
looked
he
at my
should have did a
husband and
month
I
ago.
said, Earl is hurt. I could tell by the way he was running, he was hurt.
Plus,
But
don't
I
nobody
ain't
make
say
that type
nothing
of
or put
run.
nothing out because I was like,
Hello.
huh?
Plus, don't nobody make that type of run a week before your damn fight. The type of
In the
run like
mountains,
that.
in the Vegas dry heat. That made no sense.
You
Yeah.
gotta recover from
And
that.
see, you got to give your body a chance to heal. And my bad, y'all, this shit kicked me out the damn studio.
No, you
Oh,
good. We
we
be
held it
holding it
down.
down for you.
We held it down.
That's why I appreciate y'all, man. And make sure you drop that link to 2 Cent Boxing. If y'all not listening to 2 Cent Boxing, y'all missing out on a great breakdown. And it is rare to see a female break it down the way she and Key Alexandria be breaking it down, but they be doing their thing. They
Yeah,
do
y'all
their
check out the channel. Y'all check out the channel. I just be dropping my 2 cents. But
yeah,
just a different
putting up 2
perspective,
cents.
a different way to look at that.
But
What you
what was y'all talking about?
Earl in his weight
we were
cut.
talking about Earl. When I see him running, I was like, he looked hurt because he
But see,
was limping.
why he was hurt as well? Because his body wasn't used to that trauma. See, cutting weight is a traumatic experience. People don't realize it. Like if y'all go look at Regis's Instagram, look at where they had to do Regis for that Zorilla fight.
But you
They
do
had to,
not have to cut weight like that. Like it's better. It's a better way. Why do they do that?
because like to get them last few pounds, you have to get that man. When boxers cut weight, check this out. Majority of that weight is water.
Right.
It's water. And they have to dehydrate their body to like 30%, which is very dangerous. That's why whenever they get all that weight off, they go straight to that scale and they have a bottle of electrolytes and water. As soon as they get off the scale, you see them chugging a big ass thing of water because you're taking the fluid out of your body, you're taking the fluid out your brain, you're taking the fluid out of all your muscles and your organs. And see, the human body is 75 to 80% water. You dropping it down to 30% water. That's up to probably about 20 pounds. That's why fighters can lose 10 to 12 pounds in that last day because they snatching the rest of that water off. And it's
But
dangerous.
why do they have to do it like that though? Why can't you gradually cut your weight and be
D1
close
salute,
to your
King.
and be close to your weight during fight week, and then you don't have to lose 15 pounds.
Earl
Okay.
set out long.
You want me to tell you why?
Yeah,
Because regardless, you can't it's gonna be hard for you to function taking that weight off. I mean that water weight off anyway. You still dehydrating tissues. You're gonna catch cramps and all that. Like that's why they try to get the body as close as they can before that last day. Like get all the extra calories and all the bullshit fluid off of you before they start snatching the dangerous fluid off of you. That's what happened to Virgil Ortiz. That's why he keep getting rhabdomyolysis because he has snatched so much fluid off, his body has started cannibalizing his tissue and his muscles trying to find some type of wetness, some type of fluid. It's just like a car engine without oil. What's it gonna do? It's gonna lock up on you. You need your water is like the oil and the gasoline for your body.
Yeah.
Water fuels your muscles and it has oxygen in it. Plus, it keeps your muscles fluid. Like if you don't have the fluid around your joints and everything, it'll scrape every time. And it's a painful feeling. A lot of people be getting fluid in the knees. Like you get fluid, bringing out your.
but what
Of
if I
course,
just cut the weight though, like gradually as my fight coming up? Like I'm really trying to understand.
okay. If your body mass index is 2%, right?
Right?
What weight can you cut? You have no weight to cut, but water.
Oh, I see what you're saying. That's all they got.
Yeah,
Nobody
that's
in a
all they
rush to
got.
do that.
You don't see when they cut the damn water weight. You see how they be ripped up, but damn bony and shit. They don't have no
Yeah.
weight to get rid of. The fat going off of the damn sparring weeks.
Right.
Like
Right.
Earl could spar at
Okay, that make more
180.
sense now.
Yeah. Like Earl can start the camp at 180 sparring. After about a month or at least 3 weeks of sparring, he'll be down to about 160. And then the thing is to maintain that weight, to gradually take just a little bit of fluid off to maintain though. Because the last few hours, you will have to snatch all that shit off. And your body about to be dry. And they do it right before they about to go hit that weight, that damn scale. Like they about to go hit that scale. That's why when Shakur sat that damn hot tub, he was like, it wasn't nothing else I can get off of me. Shakur was
Right.
like, I couldn't get nothing else out. I couldn't get. He said I sat in the tub for an hour, and I couldn't get a drop of sweat to fall. Did you put that iPad back on the charge, baby?
Yeah, you guys. Yeah.
Okay.
I know water in your body.
Yeah. So if you ain't got no weight to get rid of, and they snatching off, hey, Jonathan Parks, I think they do better than that because Keith Thurman and Manny Pacquiao, they did over 500,000.
Thurman gonna talk his shit.
Yeah. And check this out. Manny Pacquiao and Keith Thurman did over 500,000. But Manny Pacquiao and Ugas did 300 or something. So that means Keith brought about 200,000 to the party. He brought about 200,000 to the party. And Keith Thurman has his fans. His fans don't like Spence as well. That's why I think a lot of these Bud fans are Thurman fans, to be honest.
Pretty much.
And then you got Bud. Everybody want to see what Bud gonna look like his next fight. You know, everybody want to see that. Bud next fight, if he fight Thurman, that's 500,000 easy. If he beats Thurman, he becomes a big attraction. You done beat Spence and Thurman. Nobody else has a resume like that at 147. Nobody else could say that right there, right? So, Al Heyman, that's one thing they can do is build up fighters. They know how to promote. And they're going to promote the shit out of Terrence Crawford. Now, but see, Showtime, they have a different agenda than the PBC. See, Showtime, they trying to let Boots get that belt. Showtime wants Boots to take them belts because Boots is a Showtime fighter. He's not with the PBC. He's also signed to Cameron Duncan as well as Crawford. But Boots does have Al Heyman as his financial advisor. He does have that. But see, like I was saying, it's all in the perception of what you think. Like they build it, but that's why Steven Espinosa said they got some flexibility in that contract. They're not gonna get a immediate rematch. Plus, Bud knows the only person that can get him the type of money that he's looking for is Earl or Canelo. Those are the two fights that will make him get paid. If Charlo beats Canelo, then Charlo. But it still wouldn't be like Canelo. Because two black fighters, they can sell, but they're not going over 1 million buys. Unless they heavyweights. Heavyweights is a different ball game, a different mode. Heavyweight fighters get paid the big bucks. Kawhi, that's exactly what I was going to say. There's no guarantee that Bud beats Thurman. Thurman is very dangerous. And Thurman starts off faster than any boxer in the league. If you remember that Thurman versus Garcia or Thurman versus Porter, Thurman came out there and hit Garcia with everything but the kitchen sink them first 3 rounds. Thurman reminded me of Punk fighting Sabril Matias. See what Thurman does, he runs up the score. Thurman tries to hurry up and get 6 rounds under his belt. And then he likes to cruise for the 7th round and try to catch you in between now. Now that he's done got some leeway. Now that he knows that he's got the fight underhand. That's what he likes to do. He likes to get the fight underhand, secure the victory, and then, go for the gusto. But see, Sean Porter wasn't going for that. See, Sean Porter was winning rounds back to back with Thurman. So Thurman had to work harder. So I think Thurman, he's fast as hell too. Power in both hands. That's trouble for Bud. Because Thurman, he has lateral movement too. And you can say what you want. Thurman has impeccable offense. And see, everybody talks about Thurman and his body, his weak body shots. Thurman's so much of a great boxer and a great IQ, he hasn't been stopped to the body yet. While you going for Thurman's body, he's setting a trap for you. The man's not stupid. He's a cerebral fighter. He's very cerebral. And there's been plenty of people that's done fell into that trap. Especially like Jose Cito Lopez. Like Thurman was set a trap. Barrios caught him to the body late fight. Because see, Thurman also has stamina issues near the end of the fight. He starts to gas out a little bit because he does a lot of lateral movement. But the Thurman also can pull it up out. He got heart. He showed me he got heart in that Pacquiao fight. So Thurman ain't going to give up. And you might stop him. And if you do stop him, it might be a body shot, honestly. Or, you know, you might can clip him. But the two things that Thurman and Bud have in common, most fighters, once they get to 140, they don't throw combinations no more because you can get countered and put to sleep because they got power. Usually around 135 is the end of the combination period. But fighters like Crawford and Thurman are so fast, they can rip off 3 and 4 punch combinations. And then they both got the legs to get up out of there. So it'll be a brilliant chess match between Thurman and Crawford. Just like it'll be a great match between Frank Martin and damn Tank. They fought in sparring. They both banged it out. They said Frank gave Tank some good work. But that might be different with damn motherfucking 8 to 10 ounce gloves instead of 16s. Like, we don't know that. But we got to see it. That's why we got boxing, so we can see the fights. And I would pay to see it. But if we going after the money and we going after the big fight, then there's no other fight for a Tank than Teofimo. And if they listen, and I'm going to send Coach Calvin a message, because look, you take out Teofimo, then you go after Devin. That means you done cleared the 4 kings. You done did what they did back. You cleared out the 4 kings. Yeah, yes, Kawhi, his ring IQ is the best. And Thurman will sell that fight because Thurman talks a lot of shit. So Thurman, and you know, Bud, if you push him, then he gonna go. Thurman gonna put that battery in Bud back, and he gonna have Bud talking that shit back. Mr. One Time. And then we about to have a brilliant fight. And like I said, Bud versus Keith Thurman is 50-50 or 60-40 at the most. Because you can't never count Keith Thurman out. Because after Keith Thurman calmed down from the Pacquiao fight, he started boxing Pacquiao ass up. And I don't care what you say. After the 5th round, Keith Thurman started to get back in his bag. And see, hey, that whole boy, yeah, they said Tank won't go to 140. But who's to say 138 ain't a good option? 138, 2 pounds away. He went to 136 with Ryan. But I feel like if Tank gets a fight worth that money, he'll do 140. He gonna have to. But they might just be waiting for that damn. I'm gonna tell you, this right here is how Tank retires. If I was Tank, I'll go ahead and get the Teofimo fight. Then I take the Devin Haney fight. By then, that fight's huge. Now, these are all big paydays. Then I take the Ryan Garcia fight, rematch, or the Frank Martin fight. Frank Martin, buckle up boxing, salute. I mean, buckle up top. Jason Torres, salute, King. Yeah, buckle up. I feel like the catchweight needs to stop as well, but Tank don't feel comfortable at 140. He's the 135 champion. Also, he's the A side. Canelo's been doing catchweight fighting for years. He's the catchweight and the rehydration clause clean. Oh, that whole boy. Of course, T.O. will fight Tank. T.O. said he wants he wants 8 figures in his next fight. There's nobody around the 147 through the 130 division that will give him 10 figures to fight. Nobody. I don't care if he fight Matias, Regis. Nobody has that star power except
All
for
right,
maybe.
I'm about to hop off of here. All right, panel. All right, chat. It was
Okay,
good
you have a
chatting with
good one.
y'all.
You have
All
a
right.
good one.
Peace out.
All right. So look, no matter if he has the star power or not, the only person that can get him close to that is Ryan Garcia. And Ryan Garcia has other plans than T.O. right now. But hell, T.O. do got a belt. Ryan might go after that. Now, Ryan versus T.O., it'll be damn near the same as well because Ryan is the clear A side because of what him and Tank did. But that's the only way T.O. can get his 8 figures to fight. And he know Ryan Garcia got 30 million versus Tank. T.O.'s biggest payday was against Cambozo, and it was under $2 million. Teofimo just put on a performance of the lifetime, beat the undefeated, former undisputed, the lineal, the Ring Magazine champ, Josh Taylor. He just did that. And he got $1 million for that fight. My man Knockout, salute, King, salute. And he got $1 million for that fight. If Tank wants a 10 million, Tank, if I was Tank, like I said, I would send that man $10 million, a flat fee. We've seen T.O. say fuck Bob Arum and go around that. T.O. and his dad are looking for the payday. You're not going to get a payday unless you fight Tank or Ryan at that division. There's no way anybody, no matter who, can give T.O. the type of paper that he wants. And no, it won't be no cross promotion. No type of cross promotion because Tank is the clear A side, period. T.O. been talking real greasy to Tank. He been sitting there calling him all types of B's and stuff. His dad talking about they want to fight. Okay. Tank sent that man a contract, let him sign it up. Bob can't stop that man from taking that fight. You know, the Ali agreement, all that right there, it's a bigger fight. And I feel like that's a great fight for Tank. And if not, like I said, it ain't really too much more out there. And then that's three of the kings. And then I feel like Tank should finish that off. But like I said, Tank fight T.O. first. Then if Devin stop playing chicken, go ahead and take Devin down. Then that's Tank, the king of the 4 kings. By then, in a way, should be moved up to 130. But look, Ryan's going to do his thing up at 140. I've done seen the footage. Ryan's looking real good. That right hand stays at home, and that left looking sharp and crisp. Then that right comes out like a shotgun, popping niggas. Asking who wants some. You feel me? Tank and Ryan, that rematch will come in like a year or 2. Watch what I tell you. And then Tank go ahead and body Shakur, which would be a great fight. By then, Shakur should made a name. And then he finished that shit up with anyway, and then Tank can go ahead and fucking retire. 5 big fights. KO, salute, King.
Hey, what's good with you, bro? Salute to everybody up here on the panel, man. I heard you up here cooking. You know, I had to come through. I seen you were live and shit. So,
Talking about your homie.
oh yeah, man. You know, I would hope for the T.O. fight for Tank Davis. The question is T.O. gonna come down to 135 to fight him?
I feel like Tank can go.
That's the only question.
I mean, if not, put it at a catch weight. I mean, Ryan took a catch weight. T.O. say he want a 10-figure pay. I mean, he want 8 figures. The man ain't made over $2 million in all his career, and he crying about the money. Man only gets $1 million.
If they fight at a catch weight, they can still put that 140-pound belt on the title. As long as they weigh in under 140, they can still put that belt on the line. So
Exactly.
That's feasible. It's just will Tiafimo be delusional in negotiations, bro? It's like it's crazy to me, bro. And I ain't just saying it because it's Tank. It's like Tank the only like to me. Well, we just seen Earl do it with Bud, but Tank is like when I say A side, I'm talking about like 1 million pay-per-view, bro. He the only A side where it seemed like he got to go above and beyond to get people to get in the ring with him, bro.
Because see, Canelo, people see vulnerability in Canelo, and I'm just being 100. People see a vulnerability in Canelo, and they feel like they can take Canelo. Canelo, he doesn't have fast feet. The man can't really work out, so he has stamina issues because of his knees. Canelo is bothered by a jab. He can't deal with athletic fighters that well. And Tank is a complete fighter. He can box, he can defend, he can control the ring. He's fast as fuck. And not only that, he got the skills of all these other fighters. Plus, he got the right hand. Plus he got a right and left hand that hits harder than all. That hits pound for pound like Deontay Wilder.
Yeah,
He has that quick. He has that quick twitch. He got that quick twitch muscle that'll send you out of there.
That's true. That's true. I mean, and they don't, and people don't want
Buckle
to
up
say that.
boxing. Hit the link. Buckle up boxing.
People don't
Hell,
want to.
I'll let you talk to KO.
People don't want to. People don't want to say that about them. You know what I mean? But that's what it is, bro. Like these dudes, they talk a lot, but they know that man the truth. And so if they don't want to really take that risk right now, they want to keep winning, keep attaching their name to them for as long as they can, because it's more money. It's more money to call his name out and attach yourself to him. Because if you fight him, that's just one payday, bro.
But guess what?
That's just one payday. You know what
But
I
see,
mean?
now
It'll be your biggest payday, but it's one. And then people don't want to get embarrassed like that. Not the dudes at the highest level, but like
but you
Ryan
know something
Garcia
though.
was embarrassed, bro.
Check this out, KO. I just did a little thing about this. Check this out. Like even Frank Martin, that'd be a great fight for you, even if you lose. Because one thing for sure, two things for certain. Losing against Tank, it builds your name.
That's
Damn,
true.
it builds your name. Rolly Romero get a title shot. Hold on 1 second, buckle up. I'm gonna let you talk in just a second. Let me finish this little statement, and I'll let you talk Tank with KO. But one thing about it, Esau Cruz lost to a one-handed Tank. Not even his dominant hand. He beat him with the off hand. Then next thing you know, people hailing him the Mexican Mike Tyson. He just got his ass whooped by Cabrera, but they still greased him through to get a Tank rematch. That's one. Rolly Romero gets a title shot right after he loses the Tank. That's two. You got Mario Barrios. He gets a title eliminator shot after he fights Tank. He loses that. Now he's going for an interim title shot after he lost the Tank. Tank builds you up. Leo Santa Cruz and Hector Garcia still remain champions after they lost the Tank. Like a loss to Tank will elevate your status. Actually, it's like losing to Floyd. Canelo's biggest fight is 12 rounds that he got his ass whooped by Floyd. Go ahead, buckle up. KO
What's
right there
going
too.
on with you, Upper Echelon? Yeah,
What's going on with you, King?
look, man, I said like this. Listen, I feel like Tank at 135. If you feel like you're gonna fight at 135, it's enough. It's a definitely a few good fights at 135 that he could get put on. Him and Shakur could dance. If they put enough time and put the work into it, him and Shakur could put something together. If he want to go to 140, if he want to fight Tio, I feel like Tank can make 140. I feel like Tank ain't gonna feel uncomfortable at 140. If he take a fight at 140 and fight at the regular 140, he's still gonna be the same Tank that he is at 135. He's still gonna carry the same strength. He's still gonna hit with the same power. Everything ain't nothing gonna change. So if he fight Tio, fight him at 140. So it ain't no excuses. It ain't nothing to throw in the air about like, yo, he ain't trying to drain or he don't want to fight and then make it look like Tank and them just asking him to do something he don't want to do. Just fight him at 140. Or fight one of them other dudes at 140. Fight somebody else at 140. Go beat Ryan up again. Ryan fight at 140. I'm pretty sure Tank can beat Ryan at 140. And Ryan tried to use that excuse too a little bit for saying drain situation. So go beat Ryan up at 140 and take his belt. Well, he'll did Ryan got a belt at 140?
No.
Right. No, Ryan don't got no belt,
Not
but they
yet, but
supposed to be
they built it up
they
right
supposed to be
there.
letting Ryan fight the dude that Tank beat up already, right?
Rolling,
Rolly got the
rolling.
belt, right? So they supposed to be letting Ryan fight Rolly. So let Ryan take Rolly belt and let
They
Tank
gonna
go
let
take
Ryan
the
do at
belt from
least 2
Ryan.
fights before he fight Tank. They gonna let him fight.
Yeah, that shit ain't happening no time soon. You
They
gotta
gonna at
build
least have,
this
let him have to
thing.
look 2 fights to show how good he looked. They just not gonna throw him right back in there. And I believe I done seen the footage of him. I believe he gonna look real damn good. But you gotta show it. You gotta at least show two good fights and you damn looking good. But Kale, what you say about Tank going to 140? There you go.
I mean, I can't do nothing but take that man at the word. He said he ain't fighting now. So shit, until he change his mind or show me something different, he's staying at 135. I don't know. Shit, I can only listen to the fighter, bro. So
Okay, so let me ask you this: when you hear people say things like you just heard exactly what you just said, and that's true. I heard Tank say that. That's facts. So when you hear people say, and you know who I'm talking about when I say people, say that
Denver
he can
Haney
go to
fans.
147 and knock out everybody except for Devin, Earl, or Boots, why you seem like you kind of support that narrative and don't knock him upside his head when he's saying some crazy shit like that? Because you know who I'm talking about who say it. Tank goes to 147, beats everything but Boots, Spence, or Devin. What is he talking about? You just now said the real thing about Tank. You just said what's real. You just said facts. Tank ain't going no goddamn 147. Tank ain't even going to 140. You just said it. A waste of time talk. And that's what I be doing videos on these boys about that dumbass shit like that. Waste of time talk.
so you want me to do what exactly?
I don't want you to do anything but show that he's saying some dumbass shit when he's sitting right beside you saying that shit. And you respond to me like you just did and said factual shit. And that's your man.
So because somebody thinks that someone will beat people at certain weight classes, I should go at them.
You shouldn't think like that.
So
You
I
should be
believe,
telling him
I
stop
believe,
thinking
I
like that.
believe that I believe that Monster in a way can beat everybody up from 126 to
Uh, uh,
130 right now. I believe it can't nobody. I believe just because Tank said he ain't going to 140, I believe if Tank fought at 140, I think I got him beating everybody, bro.
Thank you. That's how I feel. Thank
So
you.
I don't
Now
know.
we're
So I don't know. I don't
finally
know.
we
I don't
think
know
the
what.
same.
I
I
think
believe.
We think
Mauricio
the
I don't know
same.
Ramirez
what. I
give him
don't
a
know
little
what more
run
you. I
for
don't
him.
know what more. And I've been clear on this for a long time now. But what I'm not gonna do is
I do believe that
disrespect
too. I
nobody over
believe
their
Tank can
boxing
be
opinion.
successful at
Specifically,
140. Yes.
specifically somebody that I'm cool with outside of this YouTube shit. I don't know what you want me to. I don't know. I don't even know what you getting at, bro. To keep it 100 with you.
Okay, well,
Like if somebody
I'm
got
not
Tank, it's people out here, bro. I've talked to
I'm,
Tank Davis fans that think he step on everything at 147. What I'm supposed to do with that? That's their belief, bro. That's their
though
opinion.
listen, but those people are delusional. That's what you're supposed to
You
tell
don't
them.
know that
You
until
don't
they
tell
get in
them.
the ring, bro.
I tell them for you. Those people are
You don't know.
delusional.
You don't
And
know who
Tank,
delusional until you
listen,
see the
Tank
fight, bro.
not going to 147 to fight Bud. So clear the talk. It ain't happening, buddy. You know it
Just
ain't
because it
happening.
ain't
It's
happening, we
clout
don't
talk.
know. We don't
All right.
know. We
It's
don't
no,
know
we do
who will
know.
win
No,
that
we
fight.
do know. I
We
know
don't
it's
know.
not
We
happening
don't know shit.
because you know why I know? Because I know his manager. I know it's not happening.
I
That's
didn't
why
say
we
it
know.
wasn't happening. You talking about people? Your first statement to
Okay.
me, bro, was about people
Listen,
picking Tank to beat everybody except this person and that. That's what you said to me. My statement back to
that's
you
what
is very simple. You don't know who Tank will and won't beat until they fight.
no,
Until
I
then,
do
you
know.
talking shit.
Listen,
No, you don't,
I
bro.
do know factual with money or with anything that Tank don't beat Bud at 147. I know that factually. What are you talking about?
Have they ever fought?
It don't matter. It don't
So
matter.
you can say that you know something
I can say
factually,
that.
even
I can
though it's
say that
never happened.
factually. Bud will beat him up at 147. And put
You
my
don't
money
know
and put
that.
any kind of money you want to
I
put
can
on it.
say factually that Tank will beat him up at 140 though.
And I can agree with that. There you go, upper echelon. That makes sense. Guess what?
Neither one of
If
y'all
what's
can
the
say
name
that
drained down
factually
to
because the fight
140,
ain't
he
happened,
lose
bro.
the tank.
No,
If
I'm
Bud
not saying
drained
it
down
Come
to
happened,
on, man.
KO.
140, he
But I'm
lose
saying
the
that
tank.
Come on,
140,
bro.
Yes, he do.
that
Yes, he do.
140,
All right, let's
Bud
live
wouldn't
it.
have nothing.
If we gonna talk this boxing shit,
Yes, he
can
do.
we live in the real world, bro?
That
Oh
is the
yeah,
real world. That if Bud drained down to 140, he get beat up by a tank. That's the real world. Yes, that's real world talk right there.
but Tank
No,
is only
There you go.
5'5". He's not
in the
nowhere
real
near
world,
147 yet.
they have never fought. So we don't know what would happen in the fight, bro.
And in the real world, they never will. That's what I'm saying. So waste of time. Don't keep talking about it.
Well,
135 and 140.
tell that
Stay
to Tank,
focused.
tell that to
135 and
Tank, and tell
140.
that to
Stay
Bud,
focused.
bro.
No,
Tell
what
that
I
to
was
Tank and
saying,
tell that to
KO,
Bud.
KO,
They
what I was
bringing each
saying
other up.
is,
People gonna talk
KO,
about it, bro.
hold on 1 second. KO, what I was saying is, he was saying that Bud would beat him. And I'm like, okay, well, if you fight him at 140, where Tank is, damn, that's above his division, but you won't beat him down. That's what I'm saying. Like, you can't just sit there and act like Bud has more skills than Tank.
And both of
Tank,
y'all have good opinions, but that's just it. That's y'all's
oh yeah, I mean,
opinions,
I
bro.
know it's not gonna happen, but I was
That's
rebutting
how
what
I
he
feel.
said.
Shit ain't even gonna happen. This shit some bullshit. Bud
Now I
going
was rebutting
154,
what he
yo.
said about
Bud
it because
leaving. Bud out of there. Bud ain't if it ain't Boots, Bud out of there. Bud 154.
I
If it
think
ain't
Bud
Boots.
about to fight Thurman, bro.
You think so?
Yeah,
That's damn. That's a trash ass. If he gonna fight at 147, need to be boosted. He just need to move up, bro.
but they trying to build him up before they trying to build Bud up right now. They on a
Nah,
Bud build.
Keith Thurman got 2 fights in 4 years, bro.
Yeah, but they pulled Thurman out the Ugas fight because Thurman and Ugas was 90% done. It
Keith
was
Thurman
90%.
ain't fought
Echelon,
100.
Let me ask you, do he deserve it though? Do Keith Thurman really deserve it?
I mean, he's the
Fuck
man
no.
though. He's the man though.
Fuck no. Fuck no, bro.
He was
Hell
Earl's
no.
Mando, and so Bud won, so he's Bud's Mando. Honestly,
If a nigga asked this question 7-8 years ago, you goddamn right he deserved it. But right, bro, since 2019, the niggas fought 147 pounder. That was Manny Pacquiao. His only fight since then
Mario
was the
Barrio
beginning
said he
of
was
fucking.
trash.
Yes, bro, who had never fought at 147 before. Hell no, he don't deserve that shit, bro.
But PBC gonna give it to
Nigga
him
getting a
though.
shot. Nigga would be getting a shot off of what he did 7-8 years ago, bro.
I think Boots should be next, but Terrence Crawford, he denied that fight. He don't want that fight. Cause he
And he
knows
ain't and listen, he ain't got. I ain't saying he gotta fight Boots. You know what I'm saying? But if he gonna fight at 147,
it should
that's
be.
the fight. You know what I'm saying? If Earl ain't gonna take his rematch,
Earl
I
ain't taking the
agree.
that's the
rematch this
fight.
I
year.
totally
You
agree.
hear me? Earl ain't taking the rematch this year.
So then
He should
if he
wait.
gonna keep it,
He
if
should
he gonna
wait.
keep his belts, if he gonna keep his belts at 147, then the fight is Boots. If not, bro, he can move to 154, and you won't hear me call him a duck for going to 154. He done did what he needed to do at 147, in my opinion. You know what I'm
Because
saying?
you know
So
what? Hey,
So
knockout.
do you
I
call him a
think
duck?
I would call what's the name a threat. I even call Yo at 154 get ready to get Jamel Belt. He a threat.
That man ain't
The
no damn
Russian.
threat. He an up and down fighter. You'll see when he fight Brian Mendoza. And look, they keep
You
talking
talking
about
about
Tim
Tim
Zoo.
Zoo? Is his name Tim Zoo?
Yeah, Tim Zoo. But look, don't
Yeah.
nobody want to talk about the fact that Tim Zoo did turn down that Ramos fight though, right? Ramos was trying to get in at Tim Zoo. Tim Zoo didn't get that fight.
man, Jesus
Oh for real?
Ramos gonna put hands on that boy, man.
Jesus Ramos, the best 154 pounder, not named Charlo.
You know I agree. You already know what I think of Jesus, bro.
And I think Brian Mendoza is going to show. He's going to show Tim Zoo something too because he one of the only 3 people that went round for round with Jesus Ramos. He got his ass whooped, but he took that power. He took it. And then after he went in that ring with Jesus Ramos, iron sharp as iron, the man came out there. He stopped Rosario, which I predicted. He stopped Fundora, which I made a pretty penny off of. And now he's going in there with Tim Zoo, who fought a trash ass Tony Harrison, who had been knocked out, who almost lost a fight with it wasn't for Miller, it was whoever he fought after Charlo. He almost got his ass beat by that. They gave him a draw, a gift decision. You know, he fought.
You talking about when he fought Perella, bro?
Yeah, Perella. I knew it was something like that. Here, he lost that fight, but they gave it to him. You know, he also fought Ocampo that just been in the war with Fundora that's been dropped by, they got put out by Earl in the first round. He came out throwing haymakers, and that man, he got hit with a Superman punch, bro, and got knocked out. Then he fought Terrell Gashale, who ain't got no type of punching power, got knocked on his ass, and then he beat him. But, yeah, he's the hype train, if anybody want to say it. And
The only issue that Brian Mendoza gonna have is that he need a knockout to win, bro.
Yeah, because they not gonna let that man.
That man ain't getting no motherfucking decision in Australia, homie.
We just seen what happened with Max Hughes and Cambosos. They have their agenda. They know who they want to fight. And Mendoza, he ain't a big enough name. They gonna keep that zoo. He got him stopped. Yep. Just like if he didn't stop Fundora, he wouldn't get that win either.
Fundora was winning that fight though. He was legit winning that fight. He just did some stupid. He ain't got no fucking.
He didn't use that length. He don't use his fucking length.
Nah,
if I'm Fundora, I'm boxing you from the outside, and then when he got some inside capabilities, you gotta take your ass whooping from 12 feet all the way to 2 feet. You feel me? I'm gonna box you from the outside all the way in.
Mm-hmm.
That boy, he can't see it. That boy blind though, bro.
Yeah.
I never knew a tall fighter like him that liked to fight on the inside. Like
that boy wear them goddamn trifocals and get it popping, bro. That boy got sticks in the motherfucker, boy.
Yeah, wild type of style to me to be so tall.
Hell yeah. Damn. Y'all give y'all closing word. That might have been on here almost 4 fucking hours. What the hell?
You been cooking today, man. Look, bro, y'all know what's up, man. I'll be live tonight, 7:30 p.m. Central Time. Everybody come through. We got a lot to talk about, man. Appreciate you letting me up. I'll catch you next time, bro.
Always, King. Always.
All right, up and no doubt. Keep holding it down, bro. I'll get back with you, man.
I was
in here tied up. I was in here trying to do a few other things at the same time, but I seen you say, Buckle up, hit the link. So I said, I could do all this shit. I'm in here trying to take care of some other shit and do that. But I get back with you. Definitely was a pleasure. Thanks for letting me up. And like I said, Upper Echelon, keep doing your thing, man. I appreciate you.
Hey, peace and blessing to all y'all, man. And peace and blessings to the baddest chat out there. You know, we growing. You know,
hey y'all, and if y'all ain't hit that like sign out there, make sure y'all hit the like sign, man. Hit the like sign. Real talk.
Y'all know how we end. Yeah, y'all know how we end this thing right now. You know, we about to blow up out of here. Here we go. We about to pop it out.
They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really dripping, leave a nigga bleeding. I get to squeeze and leave a nigga. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really dripping, leave a nigga bleeding. I get to squeeze and leave a nigga bleeding. Raw Molly got me all up in demon mode. Mouth moving like I done put clean in my nose. Trying to catch me up, I can leave with some hoes. He standing straight up, watch I make him lean with this pole. Would've thought he was closed, how that heat made him fold. Thought it was a game, he won't think no more. His brain's gone, nigga. It be exciting when I get to striking. Guns sound like thunder, hit you like lightning. Fight for your life, we don't do no fighting. We really hit it, nigga. We worse than savage, they calling us Vikings. Police be riding, we still be sliding. Told you we hitters, remember the time. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really dripping, leave a nigga bleeding. I get to squeeze and leave a nigga bleeding. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really dripping, leave a nigga bleeding. I get to squeeze and leave a nigga bleeding. Hop out and leave them holding like the Bible. AR-15, that's a high-power rifle. A in the army and assassinate rivals. Break that shit down, nigga. AK or anybody kill. Hop out, get the drilling and spilling. 7.62 gon' split em. LPN, that's for any fuck nigga. You a plug, then I'm pulling up, nigga. You my lunch, eat these bullets for dinner. 5.0, eat em up, eat em up. SK, smoke killer for show. Drum rounds and cripple ops straight go. I got them all, you don't want no. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really dripping, leave a nigga bleeding. I get to squeeze and leave a nigga bleeding. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em.